Hi, my name is Raph. I am playing Grinner, a barbarian human running from his past as an ex-soldier, now turned mercenary.
Hey everyone, I'm Jared. I'm playing the character of Luther. He's a Dhampir. He is a fighter that specializes in firearms, a bit of an investigator, and I am the great uncle of Grinner.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm playing Tithla, the Goblin Ranger. She is a wonderful hunter and medical genius.
Hi, I'm Haz. I'm playing Theodore, the Satyr Druid, who's a kind of a charismatic druid who's unwillingly taken Tithla under his wing as she's followed him through the forest for the past few months.
G'day, I'm Tom. I'm playing Jonor, the Aasimar Wizard. He is on the pursuit of good and evil, finding out the best and worst in this world, and he's doing that with a little bit of naivety and optimism.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Curse of Strahd campaign. Hello! I just lost my voice. Turns out I can't get that high. Hello! Welcome back to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen. I'm the Dungeon Master of our ragtag group of heroes and adventurers who all sit here before me, all of them here, ready for a very easy, very straightforward session. I don't think there's going to be any crazy shenanigans happening in this particular stream. We didn't finish on anything rather intense last session, did we?
No cliffhangers this time.
No, I don't
we were in
remember
a mill though, not intense.
Yeah, that's right. Well, look, hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And for those of you who are joining us, I should say as well, this is the first session from my new place. You won't see anything different because I'm always just a disembodied head, chair, and microphone floating in a square with the stars and galaxies behind me. But I am in a new location. Those of you who are watching through the actual OBS. Oh, we've lost. That's it. Jared's gone. No, he's back.
My bad. Well,
He's just so angry about that revelation. We'll be able to see that there's just a door behind me with some white walls, but I am in a new house. For the Discord people, you will have seen that I had to do a fair bit of work to make this house livable. It is now livable. I'm here. We're streaming from it. And even more excitingly, it has much better internet than the previous place. So hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully the stream is smooth. There's no lag spikes. There's no jitters. Keep me posted. If everything's looking great, let me know. I'm excited to hear. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I'm sorry we were away last week. The week before, obviously, I was away at a conference, and then last week I came back, and it turns out I had COVID, and I'm still getting over it. As you can hear, my voice has just failed on me after working for the last 20 minutes with no problems. My voice is starting to fail on me already, which is not a great start to the stream. I will do my best to maintain some sort of vocal integrity. If it starts dropping out, please forgive me. And if the character voices sound a little bit different between this session and the last session, again, please forgive me. I'm trying my best. But yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't quite well enough to run the stream last week, but I am back at full health. While I was away, there were some updates to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I saw a lot of people were catching the really cool new raid Pokemon over the weekend. Walking Wake and Iron Leaves, the paradox forms of Virizion and Suicune. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to stream that on Saturday because I was moving house that day and we didn't have any internet set up, but I know Archie did do a little bit of a catch. I don't know if he recorded it, but was filming those, so I'll try and get Archie and I to do that raid if it's still active so that we can record it and chuck it up, because I know people really enjoy the raids. But excitingly, for those of you who've been playing, the next 7-star raid battle is Decidueye, which is one of my favorite grass starters, and I'm super hyped for it. So, Jacob, Jared, I know you both play Pokemon Scarlet Violet.
Oh man, I haven't played it for months.
That's okay. That's okay. Decidueye, when it comes out, I think it's in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks or so.
I could be tempted.
So it's a flying type terror, so the Iron Hands electric strat is going to be absolutely god tier. You belly drum, then thunder punch, or belly drum and lightning bolt, whichever you want to go for. But yeah, should be fun. So we'll keep you posted when the next raid comes out. I'll be very, very excited for that. Did anyone else have any news? Anything fun happen while we were away for the 2 weeks?
I am making a whole bunch of mead for a Viking party, well, a Skyrim party in the middle of the year.
That's right. It's really awkward because I've also made some mead for that same party, and now we're going to show up with two different brews.
That's good.
Do you want to call yours like Hunting Brew and I'll go Blackbriar? Because who are you going as again? You're going as...
I can't remember his name. He's the dude who takes over the Hunting Brew meadery after framing the other bloke for poisoning some dude. Clearly, I know a lot about the lore of Skyrim.
Elder Scrolls universe, yeah.
It's either Malus Macius, Amir... Malus Macius. It's amazing that I got that straight. I definitely didn't Google
it. So I'm making 60 litres of apple ginger mead, which is just insane.
That's absolutely nuts. So you'll be the Hunting Brew meadery. Maybe I should go as the Blackbriar meadery, and I should go as one of the Blackbriars. We can have like
that was Maven.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've got the bust for Maven. Oh, thank you. I don't know if I've got the bust for Maven though.
Prosthetics could do wonders these days.
It's true.
Oh, I didn't. Tell me more about this. Like, have you had personal experience with these prosthetics? Is that how you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Their own, why not?
Cool. Oh, I'm just genuinely curious.
Look, if you want the real home brand boobs, just go the Hawaiian costume coconut bra and just put that under your shirt. And
that does feel very Skyrim. Yeah. It does feel very Skyrim.
You don't see the coconut.
Oh, okay.
Under your shirt.
Okay, fair enough.
You're not going as the Hawaiian.
I don't know, man. You started this. I'm just along for the ride.
You saying coconuts migrate?
Oh my god.
The Skyrim North.
Yeah. How many references can we fit into the Holy Grail in a single evening? Quite a few, it turns out. No, so that'll be fun. Look, hey, we'll try and get some like footage of that Skyrim party. I think it's going to be hilarious.
That'd be great to see, since we weren't invited. That'd be lovely.
It's not up to us, man. I don't even know how. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know how I got an invite. So I'm just going to shut my mouth and just be grateful for it. Oh my god. Jacob, you had some news, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Ed Sheeran. He was banger. He was awesome. He's awesome. Lovely
Was he
artist.
the highlight?
What was the
He
set?
was a definite highlight. Yeah.
Well, how was the opening acts though?
There were a couple. There was an indigenous group that they were really good.
Sweet.
Any others?
They were. It was a great crew. The group is trying to get me to talk about Maisie Peters, who
sorry, who was that? Who was that? Sorry.
About before the show started, I was going to try and weave her into the game through character at some point.
Yeah.
And
now
so
we've
tried to head that off.
Yeah, and we've prevented that completely now, and I'm quite happy for
it.
it.
Stopped. It shall still happen. There you go, Maisie Peters, name to look out for.
Oh
Google,
my god.
Spotify, check her out. She's great.
We're not sponsored by Maisie Peters, by the way.
I don't even know who she is.
No, we did. First time we've heard this name tonight. I'm sure her music's great. I'll have to listen to it once we wrap up because Jacob's just been fucking going on about it all evening. So
all evening, it's all he's spoken about.
Literally, that conversation.
That not being invited to parties.
It's true. So it's just Salt and Maisie Peters.
Both of those things have come up more than once, actually.
Yeah, I know. Oh my goodness. Now, this week, obviously, Tyranny of Dragons finished a couple of weeks ago, so there are no more sessions of Tyranny of Dragons ever again. That's it. It's all done. But you can go watch them anytime you like at YouTube. They are YouTube at the Lost Archives. You can watch them anytime. All 105 episodes are up there for your enjoyment. But that means that there's a new story, a new campaign to be told. Not this week, but next Wednesday is the first session of our Return of the Giants campaign, which is coming very, very shortly. I almost said Rise of the Giants, which is hilarious, given that I came up with this name quite a while ago. I'm still getting it wrong. Yeah, Return of the Giants is coming not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. There are some... Think of it as like an homage to Storm King's Thunder, which is a really, really cool campaign, but one which we are not going to be playing. We're playing a very different campaign that is completely homebrew written, all original content, but a bit of a nod and homage to the Storm King's Thunder campaign, which I absolutely love. It's an awesome, awesome campaign. So yeah, stay tuned to that. I'm going to be dropping the character art for each of the players over the next couple of days. All of the artwork's all done. So stay tuned. I'll be chucking that up on Twitter and on YouTube as a social post. So yeah, stay tuned. You'll be able to see those characters coming in soon. Get excited. It is going to be awesome. The characters all look amazing. The concepts are fantastic. I cannot wait to start our session 0 next Wednesday. We will be doing a very similar session 0 setup to how we did Curse of Strahd, where we actually have the players come up with most of their backstory during the session 0, and we're going to be weaving those narrative threads together to create their backstories during that session 0, and also kind of explore some elements of their backstories as well, much like we did with Curse of Strahd, where we kind of like jumped into the past a little bit to see how the characters had known each other, and how some of them attempted to buy other members of the cast as well. But don't worry too much about that. Don't worry about that too much. We're going to do something similar to that.
Little nuggets like that can only come out of a session like this. We didn't get together and say, hey, wouldn't it be funny if Jonor tried to buy Tithla? That doesn't happen.
No.
Yeah, it comes out of beautiful moments like that.
Only moments of like misunderstanding what people are saying and getting like really stuck down one particular pathway, and then realizing at the end that it's not a pathway, it's actually a hole, and you're at the bottom of it holding a shovel. Daylight is so far above you it may as well be a distant star. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly right. So yeah, looking forward to that session 0. And yeah, stay tuned for the character art, which will be dropping very, very shortly. All right, well, that's all the news from me. We are all caught up. Let me do a recap to get us back into the session for tonight. Now, I've written a slightly longer recap so that we can remember everything that happened, because there was quite a bit that happened last session. And we are going to be jumping in immediately as the previous session ended. So, the newest team of the Tempest Adventuring Guild have found themselves lost in a strange land, following a request to investigate some mysterious disappearances. Exploring a manor in the ruined town of Dowbridge, the group have faced ghosts, ghouls, and banshees, and in the process of disrupting a cursed magic ritual, have now been pulled through a tear in space to the demi-plane of Barovia. Travelling to the nearby town, the group were met by a Barovian man who introduced himself as Ismark, son of the recently deceased village burgomaster. Ismark soon introduced the group to his sister Irina, and revealed that they planned to head to the nearby town of Vallaki, fearing they might befall the same fate as their father. Travelling the road between Barovia and Vallaki, the group have survived their first night in the wilds, meeting an old hunter, Damien, who taught Tithla how to make arrows, and had some good chats with the rest of the party. Setting off again soon after dawn, the group continued towards Vallaki, but when the countryside suddenly turned from overgrown woodlands into large fields of golden wheat, the group decided on a small detour. Winding through the wheat fields, a well-maintained cobble path led towards a large windmill standing alone on a hillside. Approaching with excitement, the group, realizing that this might be the origin of the delicious dream pastries they've been enjoying so thoroughly throughout this adventure. However, on their approach up the hillside, a large raven seemed to be trying to signal something to them, cawing loudly when they tried to approach and flapping its wings in agitation. The behaviour of this bird soon left the party's minds as an old, white-haired woman wearing a flowing apron emerged from inside the mill and waved to the party. Introducing herself as Effie, the woman welcomed the group inside the mill, the lower floor having been converted into a rustic cafe. The party learned that Effie and her younger sisters Bella and Morgan ran the mill all by themselves, infusing their cooking with magic to create the dream pastries. The group were keen on a tour, which Effie gladly provided, showing them the mill grinding a very pale white flour, the serving area of the kitchen, and of course, 2 massive cast iron stoves, one of which was lit and cooking something inside that smelled delicious. Grinner was extremely keen on eating pie, and when Effie offered to head to the kitchen to check if any pies were available, Grinner quickly revealed his suspicions to the group. Before they could do too much eavesdropping through the door, however, Effie and her sister Bella emerged from below, bringing up a steaming, freshly baked pie. Jonor's hag senses, which had so far been fairly quiet, started to kick up a bit, and he attempted to read Effie's mind using Detect Thoughts. This does not seem to have gone to plan, however, as the last session ended with Jonor hearing in his mind, "Nice try, dearie. Nice try." To paint the scene, you are all in the cafe area, out of the kitchen now and away from the 2 large cast iron stoves. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, Tithla did have a bit of fun climbing into one of the ovens, just to test it out last session.
Well, we were just having a look.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just having a little look. Just checking it out.
It was Tithla sized.
Yeah, it was Tithla sized, exactly. So yeah, you're standing around or sitting around this large circular dining table in the cafe area of the old mill, this kind of expanded building that's been added on and grown from the side of the mill itself, featuring a number of chairs and tables, and a very, very rustic cafe setup. Effie, who is this very old woman, clearly in her late sort of 70s, maybe early 80s, long white hair braided around, wearing this quite a large puffy dress and this big white apron over the top of it that's dusted in flour, has a few sort of instruments and utensils poking out of some of the pockets, as well as a very lovely, what's the word I'm looking for? Lovely, not napkin? Doily that Grinner had thrown at her face last session just to test her reflexes. And yeah, she's very old, wrinkled face, but quite sort of clear skin. Her younger sister Bella, however, long raven hair, braided and tied, clearly young, maybe mid to late 20s, just this very striking, beautiful face. Very dark eyes, dark black hair, looking very striking, very beautiful to those of you who sort of on that side of the spectrum. As you are sitting there, this pie being served, Jonor has stood up and gone, and very obviously mumbled some arcane words without breaking eye contact. Has like waved his hands around, little sparks of light coming off them, and then still maintaining eye contact while staring at Effie, gone, "How old are you?"
Yeah.
And that is the response you hear in your mind, Jonor. For the rest of you, Bella is still cutting up these pies and serving slices of pie to each of you. It is quite a large pie, larger than the one you'd bought from Morgan back in the town of Barovia. It looks and smells so good. And as Morgan carves up the pie, as Bella carves up the pie and hands it out, for those of you who were standing around the cart when Morgan had been serving it, probably Grinner, probably just Grinner and Tithla, actually. I think you two were the only ones who came up to the cart. That very warm, hearty, spiced meat pie smell really is starting to get your mouth watering. You see Jonor stand up and say some gibberish and wave his hands around, and they go, "How old are you?" looking at Effie. And Effie kind of like cocks her head and looks back at him, but that doesn't seem like too much else is going on. I'm going to quickly jump to Jonor, because the speed at which your mind can think is faster than the speed at which you can talk and act. So, well, some of you. Jonor, I'm going to jump over to you. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Jonor, we're going to jump to you. As you hear this in your mind, because you're expecting to hear her surface thoughts, and then you were going to try and push a bit deeper to try and understand what her deeper thoughts were. What's your reaction? What would Jonor be thinking as he hears this voice in his head? "Nice try, dearie. Nice try."
So he was going for ask the question, and then obviously, if I say how old are you, she's going to think I'm actually 122 years old. And that was not the thought that came to mind. So he's halfway through casting this, and he is going to stop because she's got more control over the thoughts than he anticipated. So he's going to be doing the arcane ritual. He's doing like a circle in the air, and she's not bothered by it, and he's going to drop the casting at that point.
Okay. As soon as you drop the spell and cancel the magic, Effie's hand very quickly darts out and grips Jonor on the shoulder.
"Oh, sorry. Almost lost my balance there. I was leaning in to get a closer look at your very pretty magic. Could you help me over towards the kitchen, young man?"
What is it that you need help with?
"Oh, I'm a bit parched. I could very do with a glass of water. I'm feeling a bit faint."
I have a nice pouch here with some traveling water if you.
Oh, no, we have fresh well water just over at the sink. If you could help an old woman over there, I'll be ever so grateful. And then I'm sure Bella will have a slice of delicious pie ready for you. Oh, won't you, Bella?
"Yes, shortly, sister. Very shortly. Just finishing serving the others." Bella continues cutting away.
At this point, I'm standing up. I'm still probably in front of my chair.
Yep.
Without moving out of my chair yet, I sort of put my hand on the. Oh yeah, okay. Where's the sink you're talking about? Is it just over there?
Just over in the kitchen, dearie. Not too far, only a few steps away.
Oh, I thought we weren't allowed to go into the kitchen.
We've been in there before, but not the food preparation area, the show kitchen where the ovens are.
Jonor,
Okay.
why are you so fucking awkward, bud? Just go fucking help her.
Yeah.
Do not disrespect the old woman. Go help her out.
Yeah, okay. No worries at all. He'll stand up, push the chair backwards, stands up, and
As the chair gets pulled across the wooden floor.
then slowly plonks that way. So see, she's still got a grip on his hand.
Yeah, on your shoulder. Her very bony, arthritic hand is sort of grasped your shoulder. Jonor, she's stronger than you would have expected.
Mm. Okay.
Does it
Well,
look as though she's like using him to stay upright?
Yeah, it looks as though she's leaning on him and helping, and she's sort of like holding on. You can see there's a bit of sort of whiteness around her knuckles, as if she's trying to hold herself upright and using Jonor as a bit of a makeshift walking stick. You can see that she's kind of like leaning a bit. Every so often she stumbles a little bit as she walks and sort of leans on Jonor a bit more. It's really nice that this young man, Jonor, is helping this old woman to the kitchen to get a glass of water.
Oh, yep. At that point, I walk that way with her into the kitchen.
Brilliant. As the two of you sort of walk past the edge of the bench tops and head into the kitchen area in front of the large ovens, I'm going to jump back to the other group just for a second, Tom, and we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you in just a second. Don't worry. Sit tight. I don't want you to sweat. Don't get too nervous. But also, there's a lot of things that she could do to you right now. Like your friends are over there. Like don't worry too much about it. We'll get back to you in a second. So the rest of you, as you watch as Jonor is kind of like half led, half guides this old woman Effie over towards the kitchen preparation area where the pies are cooked and then served. Bella flashes you all a very large smile.
Now, who would like a slice of pie?
Oh, yeah, right here.
Oh,
Yep.
of course, yes.
How much do I want this pie? Having had one slice, given it knocked me out and I missed the entire Damo incident, I would like to avoid future pieing.
So you pieing, is that the adjective we're using now?
I really hope it's not.
Couldn't it not
When
be?
one gets pied, yes.
So you haven't, the cravings haven't kicked in yet, just because you haven't had 24 hours pass since your first serving of pie. Because you ate your slice of pie for dinner the night before. It hasn't been 24 hours yet. Grinner, on the other hand, has not only had 3 serves of pie now. He had 1 serve of pie just this morning. Grinner, you're feeling very, very peckish for pie.
I want the pie inside.
You want the
of me.
pie inside your pie. Yeah.
Gonna be pied.
Yeah. He was, Luther, you've not had any pie. You've only had a little taste of the meat just to kind of test it out last session. I think you had like a little chunk of meat just to kind of get a bit of a vibe on it. But that's not enough to trigger the effect.
Yep.
And
I
Tithla...
don't think I would be that worried about it.
I've also not had any pie.
Yeah, Tithla's not had any pie. So Tithla, you were like
I feel
Tithla
like
and...
Tithla feels kind of burned by the pie with the whole Damo fiasco and betrayed, and I feel like it brings up too many sad memories.
How is the pie linked to that sad memory?
Because she tried to give the pie to Damo and Damo left it.
Very
seems
associative.
tenuous, but
No, but Tithla is a very emotive person and very companion driven and trying to build that relationship. I feel like she's still mourning. She left the pie there in remembrance of Damo.
I hear you're scrambling, and I respect it.
This was
I know, I'm kidding. So Tithla,
Fuck you,
Tithla and
Owen.
Luther.
Fuck
All right,
you.
go on then. Dinner and a movie first normally, but for you, Jacob, just the dinner. And you can eat it off me. So as Tithla and Luther,
I'm gonna not.
I've just
That's
started
what we
recently
call
watching
self-filtering.
the Eric Andre show, and I'm worried it's having an effect on my
I
humor.
love Eric Andre.
Just a little effect. Very funny. I highly recommend it. It's very much my humor. It feels like nihilistic humor, just in a nutshell, which I'm all for. Yeah. So Tithla and Luther, your desire for pie is proportional to, however much you feel like your characters would want it. There's no magical or compulsive nature to your hunger for pie. It's more just it smells good, it looks good. If you want it, you can have it. As Bella cuts a big slice, hands it over to Grinner. She pauses for a second, and then looks you in the eyes, Grinner.
Would you like some gravy with that, young man?
Well, I don't know. I haven't tried the gravy with it. Is it better?
She nods emphatically.
Yeah, fucking oath then, yeah. Chuck a bit of gravy on it.
She gives you a nod and then looks at the rest of you. Anyone else would like some pie, some gravy?
No, I am fine for the gravy, but I will take this slice of pie.
She cuts you a big slice of pie, hands it over. Theodore passes it to you. Big smile. Looks towards Tithla and Luther. Questioning smile in her eyes. Would you like a slice of pie?
I'm okay. I had breakfast this morning, and well, I really just came to bring my friends here because they wanted some pie. I've had some bad experiences.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But you're a growing goblin girl, are you not?
Growing ever more jaded with the world by the way we treat one another.
Oh my god.
She just sort of nods and lets it drop. She's just like, nah, not worth it, not touching that.
Looks longingly out the window, puts one clawed hand up against it.
And you, gentlemen? Would you?
No, I'm not so inclined. Thank you very much. But by all means, my slice can go to my dear friend Grinner here.
What? Yeah, all right. Yeah, fucking oath.
Sitting next to you. Oh no, so Ismark and Arena haven't come in. They're standing outside. Yep, never mind then. All good. Ismark and Arena stayed to sort of keep an eye out. All right. Well then, as Grinner is served a second slice of pie, Bella nods, smiles, and then heads back past the kitchen. Walking past Jonor and Effie, she heads to the door, pulls past the curtain that leads to that blocks the door that leads down towards the cellar from view. Pulls out a very similar iron key to the one you saw Effie pull out before. Unlocks the door, opens it, heads downstairs. You hear the door close behind her. Grinner, I mean, the pie in front of you looks good, and it's freshly baked. You can smell the buttery, flaky pastry on top, the rich, spiced meat underneath. I mean, you could wait for the gravy, but surely a little bite's not going to hurt now.
Well, on that note, how many slices are still left of the pie on the table?
Well, she's only served like 3 slices, so there's still like a good 60% of the pie left.
So I definitely put my slice back and pick up the 60% and put it on my plate.
Okay, great. So you take the 2 slices, swap them for the pie, and put this. It's a lot of pie. That's a whole lot of pie. It's a whole lot of pie.
As soon as she's out of eyesight, I wrap my pie up, leave a few crumbs on my plate, and pop it in my bag.
Yeah, fair enough. You can do that. All right. While Bella is downstairs, let's jump over to Jonor for a second. Jonor, as you walk over towards the kitchen area with Effie, she leads you over towards the sink. Still grasping onto your shoulder, her left arm reaches down and clutches onto the edge of the sink. And then suddenly she turns towards you, and with this very strong grip, turns you so that your body is facing her. Jonor, this old woman...
You're strong.
Yeah. This old woman who's sort of bent over was a good head shorter than you. You watch as she straightens her back up and looks you dead in the eye, almost like growing a little bit larger. Her eyes slowly shift to this dark purple, and magic begins to spill around her, this light shining. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw as she casts a spell on you.
Oh, man.
And this is out of our view, right?
Yeah, she's deliberately standing in front of Jonor so that you can't see this.
That seems somewhat deceptive to the rest of us. I don't know why.
Ooh.
14.
Rude.
Jonor, you are affected by the Geese spell. She places a magical command on you. A Geese is a magical command. She places it on a creature that she can see within range, forcing it to carry out some service or refrain from some action or course of activity as she decides. You are charmed by her for the duration.
Right.
If you decide to act against the instructions, if you act in a manner that is directly counter to your instructions, you will take 5d10 psychic damage. I'm not going to say out loud what the Geese is. I am going to message you, Tom, and you are going to have the message.
Absolutely.
And we will discover that Geese as time goes on. This does last
Oh, man.
for
I think it's like a minute or something.
No, it lasts for a minute, but the duration is 30 days. So it's gonna hang along for a little bit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna message you this, Geese. You just keep that to yourself,
I'm
please.
very intrigued. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I really want to put it in chat, but then
Oh my God.
I think it's actually better if chat don't know. Alrighty. While that's happening, what do the rest of you guys do? You don't see any of this going on.
I begin to eat my 60% of a pie.
Could you please make me a Constitution saving throw, Grinner?
Yes, I can.
You're gonna be so
As
useless
soon as
tonight.
I find the button.
You just really don't like being on watch, do you?
For a guy who says he likes being on watch, he really doesn't like being on watch.
It's a good roll.
23. Yeah, so Grinner, as you're demolishing this pie, you feel good. Like, you feel really good. You don't benefit from any more hit points because you've already benefited from the temporary hit points from eating the slice of pie in the morning. But I mean, you yum as you eat it down. And
I definitely want to keep some for gravy, so I'm not eating all of it. Yep.
No, that's fair enough. As you continue to sort of wolf down the pie, this warmth begins growing within you. This feeling of satisfaction, and probably by the time you finish maybe a slice or two, you're feeling pretty full. Like, you'll be able to squeeze another slice in with gravy, but there's still like a good 30% of this pie left that you're probably not going to be eating this one sitting.
Okay.
Yeah. Bella emerges from below, bustles past Jonor and Effie, who are still sort of standing in the kitchen. It looks like they're looking at each other, maybe having a quiet conversation. You're not really sure. Effie seems to be like talking quietly to Jonor. He seems to be nodding along to whatever she's saying. Looks like it's all going okay over there. As Bella bustles past and heads back over to the table with this jug of gravy, she looks over at Grinner, looks down at the plate, looks at Grinner, looks at the plate. And rather than being annoyed, this big beaming smile lights up her whole face. You couldn't wait, could you, you peckish little scamp?
It is very good pie.
It's very good pie, but you've got to try some with the gravy. Specially made this morning. Please. May I?
Yeah, fuck yeah, go on.
She pours this dollop of rich, almost like a chocolate brown gravy over the meat. This dark, rich gravy. You can see little herbs and spices floating on the surface, maybe some black peppercorns. The smell from this gravy, rich, meaty, creamy smell as she pours it all over the pie and then hands you a fork, Grinner, as you have been eating with your hands
over
up to this point.
and says, "Wait!
What?
Yes, what's wrong?
Do you happen to know Damo?
Who?
Damo, he's my new best friend."
Damo. I don't know this name, sorry. Is it a person?
No, that's okay. It was just a good time with a good friend, and I think I need to learn to accept that that's okay. We can have friends come and go. Oh.
Right. Oh.
Wait.
Grinner, as the gravy hits your lips and you have a big bite of the pie covered in gravy, oh, it tastes really good. And something else happens as well. Could you please roll me a d20? Just a flat d20, please.
I can. There it is. Ooh, good.
2.
Oh man.
Consuming the gravy automatically moves you up the table of addiction and automatically grants you an addicted feature. So I'm just going to read out that addicted feature to you so that you can enjoy that.
Good thing.
Okay, 2. Grinner. You find yourself constantly mulling over the food that has, or the substance that has triggered this addiction, in this case the dream pastries and the gravy. Everything else that you eat tastes like ashes in your mouth and fails to provide the joy and sustenance that the dream pastry and gravy does.
Oh, good.
In the absence of dream pastry and gravy, you are going to find it very hard to consume other food.
Oh no, it's
Okay.
bad.
There's another part of this which I'm not reading out loud, which we'll get to when it happens.
All right. I can't wait.
You don't know any of this yet, though. You're just enjoying this dream pastry. It's really good.
One thing I would like to attempt, and it is definitely an attempt, is as I go to put the first bite in my mouth, can I just do a perception check on lovely lady in front of me, probably with disadvantage, but just because she seemed really excited that I'm eating the pie, excessively excited.
Really excited. Yeah. Do you want to make a perception check? You don't have to have disadvantage for this. I'm happy for you to make a perception check as a flat roll. Jonor, while Grinner's doing that, did you have any questions about your geese?
Nah, it makes a lot of sense.
Amazing. Great. The way I thought we could kind of like position this is that it's part of Jonor's research, right? Like it kind of matches in with what Jonor wants to see anyway. So
yeah,
fits in nicely.
Ties in a few ways, yeah.
Ties in nicely. 12 Grinner. Yeah, as you look over Bella, she seemed really happy to see that you'd been enjoying the pie. In fact, looking over, she seems equally happy that Theodore's pie is all gone, just leaving crumbs as well. In fact, as you're sort of watching her, she's turned her attention away from you, gone, "Oh, no gravy for you, my friend. I'm sorry, you ate all your you ate your pie so quickly."
I could not wait. The pie is just so delicious.
Oh, it is delicious. Oh, thank you so much. It's so lovely to see people appreciate good cooking, and to the biggest compliment I could get is you not even being able to wait the 2 minutes for me to walk downstairs and fetch gravy. It's so nice. Oh, thank you. Grinner, she's saying that. I mean, that could be it, but she seemed almost too excited for that to be true, right? Like, yeah, it probably is a compliment that you've eaten her food that quickly, but she seems very excited. Sorry, Theodore, I interrupted you. What were you doing?
That is all. I was just saying thank you.
Can I
imagine...
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, can I gently just try to take the jug of gravy out of her hands?
She doesn't resist, because you take the gravy. She looks down and looks up at you, Grinner, and kind of like chuckles a little bit. My, you're not going to have any room for anything else for the rest of the day.
Well, yeah, that's the plan. And
no, don't do it.
Do you drink the gravy?
Drink it.
Because if you do, I'm not going to get you to roll. I'm just going to read out the addiction table.
Do I have a compulsion to drink this gravy
No.
right now? Okay, cool. I'm not drinking the gravy. I don't want to drink the gravy right now.
Okay.
I'm just going to put it in my bag.
She's sort of going to put the jug away. She kind of like she like reaches for the jug. We don't have that many jugs. I could get a suitable container for you. This is one of our serving jugs, but I'm sure I could find a container for you downstairs.
Yeah, no, look, it's fine as it is. Thanks. Put the jug in my bag.
Oh, I'd really rather you gave that back, young man.
Yeah, well, I'd rather I had the gravy, and it's very good, and I appreciate it, but it's going in the bag. I got to keep that with me. Thank you.
She nods. A bit of a look of annoyance flitting over her face as you do this. Well, I better get back down below. Please, enjoy the rest of the pie. Gives each of you a bit of a nod.
I imagine at that point.
Yeah, at this point, Jonor
probably walks in.
Yeah, Jonor at this point.
I imagine.
Yeah.
I'll be helping her back in the same way, so...
She seems to be feeling a lot better, Jonor, as maybe the water really helped. As the two of you come back in, your memory is a little bit fuzzy, Jonor. You're not really sure exactly what happened. All you really know is that you helped Effie over to the sink, and then she and you were having a little chat, and then you've helped her back over. You can't really remember maybe you were just like waffling on, but she seems to be looking a bit better. She shuffles along behind you, holding a glass of water. She seems much more happy now.
Yeah, a bit of water is always good for you. If you're a hard day by the oven, you're going to get parched, and what is the best solution for that one? I would always say.
Oh, you're right. I've been standing over the hot stove in the oven for hours today. Oh, no wonder I'm dehydrated. Oh, thank you, young man. You're so kind.
You do great work.
Oh, thank you, young man. Oh, I'm sorry I've been keeping you from the delicious pie. Did you want a slice?
Oh, maybe I could have some slice. I look around and I see Grinner's probably completely covered in crumbs. How was your slice, Grinner?
It's good shit. Look, I got some gravy. I'm not going to get through all what I've got. Yeah, there's a little bit left if you want it.
I see that. Look at Effie and yeah, okay, I'll have some pie. Yeah, for sure. And I sit down next to Grinner and finish off the remaining of that piece of pie.
Yeah, there's probably a slice.
We need some gravy with that. Effie, can you get some gravy, please?
Oh, didn't Bella bring up the gravy?
Bella gives her a look, nods, and goes, I did. That young man has placed the jug of gravy in his backpack. Effie kind of like chuckles a bit.
Well, that's okay. As long as he's happy to share it with other people, I'm sure it's fine. He can take the jug with him. It's not a problem, Bella. We don't need to worry about that.
Scrumptious is great.
But our jug, sister, he's just taking the full jug. It's okay, Bella. You can take the jug. Now, young man, you're going to share that with your friends, aren't you?
Well, no, I thought you were going to get more gravy from downstairs.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I think that might be all the gravy that Sister Bella has prepared. Is that right, Bella?
She sort of nods a little bit woodenly.
Oh, wow. What a shame. Well, if you're happy to share it with your friends, I'm sure they'd be very grateful.
Yeah, but it's my gravy, right?
Effie just gives you a bit of an appraising look as she cocks her head, looks over towards Bella.
Oh, no, I think this one might be... I think he might be a bit special, Bella. What do you think? Yes, sister, I think he might be a special customer. Yes, do you think we could perhaps offer him dessert? Yes,
What?
Yes, sister, I think we could perhaps offer him dessert. But he'd have to come down below into the under kitchen. Oh, yes, he would. He couldn't have it up here. Couldn't have it up here, could he? Well, would you like to come down to the under kitchen and maybe we can see if we can get you
so good.
some more gravy and maybe a bit of dessert, young master.
I think that'd be lovely. I think. Well, what is the dessert? Is it as good as what those pies are like, or what?
Effie leans in conspiratorially.
Better.
All right, I'm starting to towards it.
Can I roll an insight check to see how insidious this is?
Yeah. Of course you can roll an insight check. Natural one.
Why are you leaning in conspiratorially when you say that? That's weird.
Well, I'm a saleswoman. I've got to sell the product, and I mean, it's much more dramatic and much more exciting when I make it sound like it's something special and unique. I mean, it is something special and unique, but it's good to get that message across, isn't it?
But you said saleswoman, like this is not free pie?
No, of course it's not free pie. Oh, we run a business here.
Oh,
Grinner, I'm sorry, you can't have any more pie.
Grinner's rattling the door to the basement right now.
Bella, if you could take this young man down to the under kitchen and maybe rustle him up some dessert, I'll stay up here and I can chat with his companions. How does that sound?
Bella nods.
No, we can't afford it.
Yeah, I agree. Grinner, I think you've had enough pie. We need to get going. We've got stuff we need to do.
I think I know when I've had enough pie, mate.
You can't afford it. It's not that you've had enough. You can't pay for it.
That moment when we suddenly get really real into like alcohol addiction, but in the very like tenuous medium of pie addiction.
he can create the pie whenever he wants.
Yeah, I don't need that. I've got money right here. Look, fuck it. I'll throw some coins on the ground. Let me at it.
That's not enough. These are very expensive pie. I can say that as the only one who's bought this pie thus far. And I have no more money.
Grinner, how many coins have you thrown on the ground? I need to know this.
5 gold.
5 gold, okay.
That's enough for one slice.
Yeah, well, I only need one slice of
You already
dessert,
had
right?
2.
He's had more than that. He's had like 3, plus he's put 2 more in his bag, plus the jar of gravy.
Look, I don't know what the problem is. Why are you...
The money's the problem. I'm sorry that I haven't been clear about that.
I feel like I've been really fucking clear.
Far be it from me to stand between. Why have I gone Indian?
I don't think that's what that was.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear Indian.
That was ambiguous.
That was Caucasian.
Just missed accent.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to fill in for you, Jared. What'd you get?
Oh, I got a 16.
16.
Ooh, nice.
Luther, the way these two, there's a lot of unspoken words that have gone between Bella and Effie in the last sort of 2 minutes or so. A lot of looks shared between them where they haven't said anything, but clearly they are communicating quite strongly between the two of them. The way that they described Grinner as a special customer, the invitation down into the under kitchen. I mean, maybe this is something they reserve for very loyal or very special customers, but Grinner's not been a particularly pleasant customer. I mean, frankly, he's been a bit of a dick. So,
no way.
The fact that they would offer him a trip down into the special food preparation area that before Effie was very adamant none of you should be able to go into because it would be unhygienic to take you down there. The fact that they're happy to now offer this to Grinner, that does seem a little bit odd. Probably that is something that's why Grinner? What? He's being a shit.
Can I also
He's being a
double up my
Karen.
insight? Can I also apply my insight to Grinner?
Yeah.
Obviously, I know he wants to get down there, but if I try and confront him to not go down there, how will that situation sort of play out? Is it better to try and go down with him instead? Is that what my insight sort of?
How dilated are my pupils right now?
No, you're not. As discussed last session, you are not feeling the strong effects of the addiction yet. You are very much experiencing the slight Moorish munchies. What you are role-playing here is 100% Grinner and not pie.
Anything else was ash in my mouth.
Oh, but you don't know that yet because you haven't eaten anything else. All you know is that the pie's really nice. You don't know that everything else tastes like shit yet. You haven't eaten anything else.
Grinner just has a really bad addictive personality.
Why do you think he chain smokes?
Look, I don't know what to tell you. This is all coming from Raph. I've got. You can't look at me for this. So the insight check, Luther. You don't know what Grinner's going to do or how he's going to react. You don't know how it's going to play out. Grinner's been a bit of a wild card for the last day and a half since he started eating these pastries. You genuinely have no idea how this could go down. Maybe you could convince him to come back with you. Equally, you might convince him just to be double down even more, and maybe he'll shank you and then run below anyway. You don't know. It's not out of the question.
Madame Effie, is it alright if we accompany Grinner down to the under kitchen as well?
I second that.
I would like to see what this dessert is like, even if I do not get to test.
Oh, well, we can't just... Oh, yes, I see the young girl has raised her hand. Yes, Tithla?
I hate to be the fiscally responsible one of the group. We still can't afford it. I don't care if it's down there or up here, or if we go as a group or not. Grinner, we can't afford this.
We cannot get in the way of one of our revels.
No, we're not getting in the way. The financial scenarios that are placed before us are the hurdles that are being constructed.
Look, I have these rings, each worth 25 gold pieces that we found in Zimana.
What's owed right now?
Theo, can we have a moment? Can we just... Excuse us, everybody. Theo and I have to have a moment.
Of course. No, please take a moment. It's lovely outside.
Sorry, we're just...
What is it, Tithla?
Why are you enabling this?
Because he is in the grips of a revel. I cannot... As a being from the Fae, I will not get in the way of a good time.
It's actually genuinely good roleplay reason really for why you're not getting in the way. I'm genuinely surprised.
Really do you appreciate where I'm coming from with the money, though?
No, it is just money. We can always get more. It is worthless material trinkets that we can discard. And Mr. Grinner seems to be truly enamored with these pastries, and it's the first time I've seen him smile since we've gone on this quest.
That's really fair. Perhaps we might compromise. Would we be able to negotiate the transfer of such worthless trinkets prior to the consumption of goods? And then we know we don't need to be worried about this in the future?
Well, yes, if we can get the price out of the nice old lady, sure, I'll pay up front for our friend to have a good time.
Lovely. Lady? Friend?
As you sort of wander back over towards Effie, while you two have been absent, it's just really left...
Oh, no, we just, took 2 steps to the side.
Oh, okay, so...
everyone could still hear us.
Amazing. Okay, that's what I wanted to confirm. While the two of you have very clearly not gone far enough away, and all of this is still very audible, Effie has sort of sat down at the table, beamed a big smile at Jonor and Grinner and Luther, who are all sitting down at the table.
Well, we could offer to take maybe 2 of you down, but it's quite a small space, and I'm concerned about the safety of having you down there. There's all sorts of... I mean, we've got some meat hanging from hooks. It's a very small, tight, confined space. I wouldn't want to crowd it, and we do need to make sure we maintain some hygiene standards down there. And frankly, the special dessert is only offered to our most select customers, those who have proven themselves true connoisseurs of our crafts. And I'm sorry to say that only Grinner, your friend here, this nice young gentleman with the lovely scar, only he has demonstrated the real gumption to prove himself as a worthy consumer of our delicious dessert.
Oh, special.
He's very special.
But of course, I'll happy to accompany and not eat the dessert. I just want to see my friend have a good time.
Well, we could probably have one of you come down with Grinner. Who would it like to be?
I'm happy to accompany Grinner. Yes?
Well, don't look at me. I don't give a fucking goddamn. I just want my fucking dessert.
I want to partake in this revel. How much do we owe you for the pies and the dessert?
Well, the dessert is a special gift from us to this lovely young man here who's with the lovely scar. Well, for the pie, well, let's say 6 gold pieces. Your friend's already provided 5. Just 1 more gold piece for the whole pie. I think we can offer a very special discount for some hopefully repeat customers. And you are taking a message for us to the Mayor of Valaki, so I think we can give you a bit of a discount for carrying that message for us. Remember, we need some boys to come and help us bring in the harvest. 2 to 3 should do nicely.
It's not creepy at all, but yes, here, have your 1 extra gold, please. Thank you for that, and sorry for the misunderstanding on the price of pie, but...
No, not at all, not at all. Bella.
And for the children needed to bring in the harvest, is that for more flour, just to plough the fields?
Oh, we need to bring all those lovely stalks of wheat in, the ones that are outside looking so ripe and ready to harvest. We're very low on flour. As you can see, the mill's been grinding up some very fine flour recently because we're quite low on flour, but hopefully if the village boys can come and help us, we'll have the mill operating again in no time. We have an understanding with the Mayor of Valaki. He'll make sure he sends some nice young boys to help us out. Some of the local village lads.
Very good.
Well,
All right, Grinner, shall we go down and continue this revel?
Yes. I mean, look, you lot don't mind waiting, right? I'm just going to go get it. I don't have to eat it down there. I'll come back, right?
Oh, well.
We can eat it down there. It's a party.
It's probably best if you do eat it down there. You wouldn't want your friends to get too jealous now, would you?
But yeah, I also don't, I don't want to just leave them up here while we're fucking around downstairs.
It's okay.
Right?
I'll entertain them. I know lots of good stories. I've lived for quite a while. I know lots of good tales.
Oh, it's a good story. Sounds like a good time. All right, let us go, Grinner.
Bella nods, looks at Effie. Effie nods, gestures towards the curtain covering the door. Bella gives one more nod, pulls out the cast iron key, and leads Grinner and Theodore over towards the door.
I take my little mirthful leap down the stairs.
So, we're going to split the party. So I'll talk through what happens. I think let's
Wait, when you put it like that, I don't want to do it anymore.
I want to stay upstairs.
This is happening. Let's do the upstairs folk first, and then we'll deal with those coming down to the under kitchen. Those of you who are staying in the eatery, we'll discuss your experience first. As you're all sitting at the table, it's just Jonor, Luthor, and Tithla left at this stage, sitting upstairs, and also alive. No, I'm kidding. As Effie kind of smiles and looks towards Tithla, she goes,
You were saying before that you were interested in maybe learning our recipes and maybe carrying on the tradition.
No, I've got my own recipes. I like to just sort of see what people are doing to like maybe take bits and pieces. Yeah,
I
I'm not big
thought-
on like just taking a whole recipe.
Oh, no,
I think
no,
that's
I
a little
thought-
reductive.
I thought a few minutes ago when we were chatting, you were talking about maybe using stoat in the pies. You quite liked the gristle. You could slurp it up like a spaghetti, you said.
Yeah, but you said that you didn't.
Well, I'm wondering if maybe what we need to help revitalize this business is a breath of fresh air.
I can open the door if you like.
Well, a metaphorical breath of fresh air, my dear. Someone new to come in. I'm getting on a bit. I've not got that much time left in me. And...
You don't look a day over 137.
Oh, well, that's a bit insulting. I'm definitely not a day over 137.
Well, I nailed it then.
Well,
Yeah, it's a fair point.
It's a fair cop.
well, I am getting on a bit, and I worry about my two sisters, Morgan and Bella, being left by themselves. And it would be lovely if we could have.
Where are you going to go?
Well, my dear, where all things go as they grow older and weaker. I will die one day.
I thought you were going to say to the farm.
Well, I guess in a way that is how it was explained to you. So perhaps yes, I guess you could think of it as a farm.
What do you mean, like what we did to those other people that we murdered because they were in our way?
I'm all.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Great. She
the ones that were
smiles.
trying to get us.
She smiles at this.
What? Who did you murder, young miss?
Well, there were people who were trying to kill us, so we got them first.
Oh, and how did you get them, young miss?
We went,
I mean, I understand the noise you made, but what did you actually do to them?
went,
For podcast listeners, he's shiving.
I think that came across.
Not necessarily. Have you gone, oh! Maybe that would have been a reference people would have got for Futurama.
Stab.
Yeah. Give him a claw. No, clamps. That's it. The clamps. Clamp him.
You shivved them with a little knife, did you? Oh,
No, nothing like that. We just defended ourselves.
Have you actually killed anyone yet?
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry?
You sure you guys
Who
have?
have we killed?
We killed
I don't
a
remember killing
ghost.
I don't
You've
think we've
definitely killed
anyone
some undead creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they weren't real people. They were just like ghosts and skeletons and things that were reanimated. But
Oh, yes.
I tried to kill a shop clerk.
yet.
That
And
didn't
so
really.
murder out of a
is not
shrine.
murder.
That didn't really go your way. That was barely attempted murder. Like, you're lucky if it was a misdemeanor. That dude just wiped the floor with you.
in fact, he got charged with assault. You're fine.
That, I have to tell you what, though, that would have been like misadventure as the cause of death, 100% on that on that death certificate.
Done fucked up.
Done goofed, done goosed. How you get your next character in?
Yeah, it was really scary because they could go right through the walls and everything.
Oh, well, that is
I
scary,
guess we
isn't
didn't-
it?
I guess we didn't kill them because they were already dead.
Yeah, I don't
What
think
were we talking
undead
about?
can die.
What is dead may never die. Got it.
I've heard that said before, but I think you can kill undead. You can destroy them at least, from what I've seen.
How would one do that?
Oh, there's all
How would
sorts
you
of
do
ways. Me, I'd use fire.
Ah,
She summons that little firebolt in her hands again.
nice.
It's a surefire method, fireball.
Fire method. I like it. So are we just gonna sit here and wait till they come back, or was there something on the agenda?
Well, I was looking to see if you were interested in maybe taking a job here, but perhaps not, from the sounds
What?
of it.
Will we have a job? Remember, we're going to the town to deliver, like, your message.
That's very true. That's very true. Well, if you ever wanted to come back, little miss, we'd love to have you join the staff. Could I give you a little something to help you find your way back to us if you ever needed to?
Okay, sure. Thanks.
She reaches into one of the pockets of her apron and pulls out what looks to be almost a very small iron locket. This very dark banded iron. There's something inside the locket. You can see that it should be hollow. I mean, she hands it to you. It feels lighter than what it would be if it was solid. But as you try to open the locket, you find yourself unable to. It is sealed shut. There's actually no seam around the outside.
Carry this with you, and When you really need to get a hold of us or find your way back to us, just whisper my name into the locket.
And I'm sorry, which name was yours again? There's Morgan and Belle and wait, I have it. You're Effie.
I am Effie. Well remembered, young one.
Yes. I'm very, very good note-taking in my mind.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. That will serve you well on your adventures, I think.
Thank you. I'm trying.
I hear the gods hate it when people don't take expansive notes and punish them with lots of horrible effects and traps.
How would they know?
Gods know all, little one. They watch and hear everything.
No, my gods.
I think you'd be surprised.
I got no gods. I'm my own god.
It's nice that you think that. Let's jump to the under kitcheners, shall we?
Reveling. Got my pan flute out.
Yeah, as Bella unlocks the door, gestures, please head down the stairs, I'll follow you down. You see before you a narrow, very tight stone passageway leading down with these wooden steps built into the floor of this stone passageway. From below you can see this flickering light, but the stairway itself is quite dark. There is a bit of an ominous sense as you step into the darkness, this feeling that sort of shivers over both of you, the hair on the back of your necks. Which rises ever so slightly. Yeah, the pan flute echoes quite hollow in the gloom of this dark stone passageway. And as you begin descending the steps, who's going first?
I assume Grinner's barreling down, yeah.
Grinner.
After my dessert.
As you step down into the area below, the darkness fading away into this flickering torchlight, you see a rather small room, only about 20 feet by 30 feet wide. It's quite small. There are two large stone benches in the very middle, almost resembling an altar in a way. Hanging around the room, around the outskirts, cool in this cellar, are slabs of meat attached to large metal hooks. And you can see a pail next to one of the benches filled with bones, bloodied, not fully picked clean.
Can I identify any of it?
You're probably going to have to go up and have a bit of a look. Did you want to make an identification check or, in this case, an investigation check?
Yeah.
Roll for bones.
Roll for bones. I would like to. You said investigation?
Investigation or perception. I'd allow either.
Can I roll a performance to try and get rid of this gloomy funk with mad pan flute bands?
You bet. With disadvantage, please. Because this mad funk is 7. Grinner, they're bones, mate. Theodore, 23 and 20.
Wow.
Oh, plus something with my mad revel. No, that just gives me proficiency.
Yeah.
That's fine.
23 and 20.
Yeah.
With disadvantage, we take the 20. Still a fucking amazing roll. Yeah, I mean, as you play the panther, as you begin descending down the stairs, as you begin walking down the stairs, yeah, I mean, to your eyes, it's just a kitchen with like meat hanging up. Like you've seen this before. I mean, you've in the Feywilds when you used to hunt prey with the other satyrs. I mean, you just fucking skin it and cook it there on the ground. You wouldn't even bother about this fancy kitchen setup. I mean, this is civilized.
It's a lot.
Yeah, nothing really like strikes your eyes as being as bizarre, and in fact, the gloomy atmosphere for you no more than an afterthought. With your fun tootin' on your flutin' as you flout your fluting. I mean, it feels wholesome and joyous down in this pit underneath the old mill.
I just rolled to have less perception of my environment.
You rolled to perform, and like if you're focused on performing a brilliant, happy, jaunty tune, and it's a really good performance, probably you're not focused on stuff around you. So
Grinner's popping along.
Yeah. Grinner, the other thing with your perception of 7 that you don't notice is the the mill shaft that emerges from above. You can see there's a few little pails of very white flour around the edge of this mill shaft, but I mean it's just flour down here. As you hear the click of a lock behind you, and Bella begins descending the steps. She steps down and goes, Welcome to the Under Kitchen. This is where we make the delicious pies. Would you like a closer look at how we do things here?
Yeah. Can I get some dessert first, though? I'll eat that while I'm
Oh
on the
yes,
tour.
I think it's very important that you enjoy your dessert while I explain the full process of how we do things here. What do you think?
I don't know why you're saying it like that, but yes, I think so too.
She walks over.
Dessert.
Oh, so you go. Bring out the dessert.
Yeah.
She wanders over towards the stone benches that again look a little bit like altars. She walks to the far side of them, the side that's out of view of where you are, and you can see she bends down and pulls something up, and you watch as she lifts up this plate. You can see on it, Grinner, almost what looks to be some sort of like cheesecake. This slice of a very delicious, pale, creamy yellow cheesecake. There's biscuit base, and it looks like it's even been baked. You can see a bit of caramelization on top. Looks to be served cold, but looks good. And as she brings over this slice of cheesecake and hands it to you, she reaches down into her apron and pulls out a small wooden spoon and hands it to you. There, please eat up and enjoy, and I'll explain the full process down here. Oh, one other thing as well. You eat your cake. Please enjoy your cake. It's for your companion here.
Oh yes. What?
Oh,
What do you need from me?
That's the sound of the flute as you let out this final honk from the flute.
Do you wish for a different tune?
Oh no, that was lovely. I really enjoyed listening to that jaunty tune. Oh, please eat your cake, Grinner.
Just before I hoe in, can I roll for why was the cake on the ground?
It wasn't on the ground. It looks like she reached inside one of these benches, maybe a cupboard on the other side, and pulled it out. But you can roll for why was. You can still roll for
it. She reached into the ground to get it. Way different.
Is it a hole?
That's all right then. I love a whole cake. I'm definitely shoveling this delicious-looking cheesecake.
I mean, you almost ate the whole pie, so it kind of makes sense that you'd also enjoy a whole cake. So, yeah, as Grinner begins tucking in, Grinner, could you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
I can find both of these.
And my good friend Theodore, as Bella turns towards you, she.
Oh fuck!
8.
Oh no, I thought that was a 1. Carry on.
8. It's just +1. 8's good, Grinner. You failed this. Yeah. Just in case you're wondering, Theodore, as Bella turns towards you and looks at you, you watch as her very dark brown eyes suddenly flash this brilliant purple. For a moment, you could have sworn her skin did the same. This almost like purplish hue bleeding across it for just a second as she casts a spell on you. Could you please also make me a wisdom saving throw?
I can, yeah. And this is against a spell, correct?
It's a spell, so I think you have advantage.
So I get an advantage. Yes, I do.
There's a spell.
Something's gone our way.
18. That's not bad. 25. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay. Theodore. For a brief second, it's almost like she's trying to cast a spell on you, and you feel the effects clawing at your mind. For a moment, you see her as your best friend, someone who you want to please, someone who you want to assist, and someone who you trust intimately as she tries to charm you using Charm Person. But something about this whole situation just doesn't ring true. And as well, like, your natural, like, flute playing kind of is distracting you a bit. Like, you haven't really stopped, even though it's incredibly rude. You've just sort of kept playing while she's trying to cast this spell. And you actually miss some of the words that she's trying to say because you're too busy hearing boo, 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 like through your pan flute. When she sees the spell has failed,
would she know that it's failed?
Yeah, she knows.
I wouldn't have an opportunity to act my way through that.
Make me. Oh, you've already made a really nice performance check. Make me one more performance check, and you can try and act your way through it because your wisdom save was 25. That's insane. Yes, you do have a chance to try and act your way through it. 13. I'm going to factor in your wisdom save from before, that it was so high. I'm going to roll a check for her. Okay. How would you like to try and what would you act? How would you perform? What would you do?
I wouldn't change. I was already friendly towards her, so I'll just kind of continue along with that, just acting like she's my friend. Like, do you wish to hear? Do you have any requests? I can play many songs. So perhaps some you have not heard from the Fairwilds.
No, that's quite all right, because you and your friend here, you're going to be helping me with a rather important task.
Yes, I believe we are going to be getting a tour, but anything you need to help, you've been the most gracious host.
Yes, well, the two of you, it's very important that you help my sisters and I out. You understand?
What do you need?
Well, for one thing, I'm going to need you to help me cut this fool up, as she points towards Grinner. See, Grinner here.
Oh, no.
You know how much you enjoy those pies.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got some very exciting news for you. You're going to become one. How does that sound? Very exciting, doesn't it?
I don't want to be a pie.
I don't like gravy. Spot the 90s kids. If you don't know what that is from, you've lived a very sheltered life, or you're very young. Go watch Chicken Run.
And then go look up the movie The Great Escape. Phenomenal film.
It really is.
Yeah, it's fair.
It is.
Yeah, it's fair.
I mean, that's what Chicken Run is based off of.
Chicken Run's almost better though. No, I'm not. So I can't stand by that.
Yeah,
I can't stand by that.
Almost, yeah.
In the sense that it's not quite.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yes, well, isn't that exciting, Grinner? You're going to become a pie.
Am I acquiescent of this?
Oh yeah, wisdom save of 8. Like she's your best friend in the whole world. Everything she said, you trust her. Like,
I think I'd like that very much.
Yes, I know you would. Now, once you've finished that serving of cold brains, I'm going to get you up on top of this platform here, and I'm going to cut your legs off.
All right, I'm going to lie down on the platform.
Yeah.
As I assume she's turning to face Grinner.
No, you guys are both in front of her because she headed over to the other side of the altar to get the cheesecake quotation marks for Grinner.
All right. Well, I will help you with this. I will assume a form much more amenable to tearing apart limbs, and I'll transform into my Bjornling.
It's gonna be so. Just keep in mind the room is quite small. If you transform into your Bjornling, it is going to be hard to maneuver in here. Just so you know.
Yep, I'll
take
I'll
that
roll.
hit.
Oh, yeah. I'll take that hit. Yeah.
As you begin transforming into the Bjornling, you watch as a look of sort of like confusion crosses Bella's face. No, stop that. I don't want you to transform. Do you stop or do you keep going?
Well, let me transform. I can't really stop, I don't think.
I guess it's like 6 seconds as an action. You can cancel the action and you're just back into your normal form. As long as it hasn't been the full 6 seconds. I'm happy to let you choose to cancel it if you wish.
No, I'm going to continue to transform.
Such a shame. Looks like the spell failed.
Damn. I'm going to need initiative rolls from, not from Grinner, there's no point, because Grinner's just happily going to be cut up. I need an initiative from Theodore. Yeah, Grinner's like climbing up onto the table, going like, probably the left leg's better to start with.
Oh, man.
Wait, no, that was... Alright, add 2 to that. That's an 8. Because I was in Bjornling form already.
Yeah. So 8 for you. I better put the initiative up on the screen.
That is not what I wanted.
And it's just you down here with this lovely woman.
Let's go, boys.
Actually, what I might do is I might bring us on to... I'll just bring us here, not because I've got any tokens here, but just because I need your token to be able to be...
Not party.
For those watching along at home, this is how you get to meet new characters.
Yep.
Yep. That's a true fact. This is how you get to meet new characters. I'll just bring everyone across.
In a friendly encounter where you get to meet people and say, hey, you're new.
Yeah, think of it like speed dating.
Oh,
how
cool.
fast we blow through our next set of characters.
Oh, great.
Splitting the party and then heading down into the undercroft to the under kitchen. It was an interesting choice, I must say.
You can't say I didn't roll with the role play.
Very true. It's very true. I reckon let's do this one. putting some music on that is more thematically appropriate for the. There we go. Alrighty, so just quickly take off all of these. And what was your roll again, Theodore? It was 8 when you were Bayoneling. 18 was.
If you're taking suggestions.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Because I don't think it was. I think you're full of shit.
You don't believe I have a plus 12 when I'm
no, it's
Goblin form?
crazy. It's crazy. I know, but I actually don't believe that.
That's weird. You're so mistrustful.
I know. I'm just a dick.
Your words.
Yeah. Where's my? I can't find my token for
Evil hag.
Bella. No, it's Bella. Don't worry about hags. Where are you getting this idea of hags from? No hags here. That's right. I found my token.
There's no hag. It's plural.
Why isn't her token appearing on the screen? There we go. 18. Fantastic. Brilliant. She's definitely going first. Alrighty. So, first off in the initiative order is the hag. You watch as she... Well, sorry. Hag? It's Bella. You watch as Bella, cocks her head. And then you... Suddenly, her skin starts bleeding into this dark purple. And she begins fading before she becomes almost fully transparent and vanishes, disappearing in front of your eyes.
That's not what I want.
It is your turn, Theodore.
What I got keen hearing and smell.
Yeah.
Can I try and perceive where she is and still hit her?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'll give her the old perception.
20. There is only Grinner in this room with you. Whatever she did, she's not invisible, she's not hiding, she is just gone. She has turned herself into something and disappeared. She is no longer in this room.
All right, well then I barrel up the stairs and try and burst through the door.
As you run towards the staircase, you quickly find that your Bayoneling form is a bit too wide. You are a chunky bear. This is a very narrow stone staircase with wooden stairs.
I can't fit up there.
You're a big boy. You're a large creature, I'm pretty sure, aren't you? Yeah.
Large beast, yeah?
Large beast. You cannot fit up the stairs. Just like a bear couldn't fit up a very small, narrow staircase, you cannot fit up a small, narrow staircase.
Bears can get into surprisingly small spots.
Small bears can.
I assume they're partially liquid like cats are.
Unfortunately, the elk part of you, the elk section is not liquid, and even though your bare nose fits into the staircase, your large elk hind legs and your antlers prevent movement up the staircase.
Well, then I let out one hell of a roar.
Brilliant. Up above, you guys hear this loud roar echoing through the area below this. Like the Skyrim bear dot wave. We're going to jump to the upstairs people now at this point as well. And we'll come back to the downstairs folk.
You don't have to.
That's true. You are just going to become a pie in the next 5 minutes, so that's not a problem. Alrighty, upstairs. While you guys have been talking and chatting, you watched as Grinner, Theodore, and Bella headed downstairs. Hear some sort of like muffled words coming from below, and then suddenly you hear this loud roar echo out. Just before that happens, though, you watch as Effie cocks her head as if hearing something just before the roar, and then sighs. Ah, dear. Well, it was going so well, wasn't it? Oh, dear. And with that, you watch as suddenly this burst of almost like light shines out from her. She is going to cast a ray of enfeeblement against Luther. Luther, could you please...
What?
Yep. Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's going to cast a ray of enfeeblement. Does a... Sorry, let me just pull it open. Does a... I'm guessing a 21 hits you?
Yeah.
It is going to... Let me just pull that open. That is going to deal 12 hit points Oh no, sorry, no hit points. Sorry, on a hit, the target deals only half damage with weapon attacks that use strength until the spell ends. At the end of each of your turns, you can make a con save against the spell. But as this magic flies out from her hands and strikes you, you feel your strength sapped, and you watch as physically Luther and Tithla, you watch as Luther becomes a bit more gaunt. His flesh.
I'm like already 8 strength, by the way, so.
It has like 4 strength. You watch as Luther just kind of like collapses in on himself as she casts this spell. She sighs. Ah, dear, well. That is going to be initiative for all of you there as well, as she gets off her surprise round before you hear this from downstairs. As the Bjelk, the Beornling specifically, roars.
Is that heard outside of the windmill?
You're not sure.
I'm not sure of much right now.
All you're sure of is that you want to be a pie.
I can't see my token, Owen, so I'm just going to do a...
Oh, sorry. I'll bring your token across. Don't know why your token's not there.
Well, he's enfeebled.
Too feebled.
He's so feebled. He's so feebled. He's not even there. He's just gone.
Withered to just bone.
Absent in mind, absent in body.
There you go. Your token should be there.
There you go.
Sorry about that. Don't know why your token wasn't there. Maybe because you don't deserve
man.
it.
Oh,
No, I don't.
Jesus.
I don't mean. Let me drop off Effie, as I will need to roll for Effie's initiative as well. Just put it as Effie. There we go. Alrighty, Effie's initiative. Boom, boom, boom. Brilliant. Alrighty, so we're going to go in order from this point onwards because there was a round of combat below the stairs as you roar out. We probably should finish Theodore's turn. Did you? Oh, no, you did. No, you actually did your turn because you did like a bonus action to kind of sniff her out. Roared up the stairs, moved towards the stairs, realized you couldn't get up, and then if you want to take an action, you probably could.
I can't stand up on my hind legs and try and shimmy up the...
You find your elk hind legs are not as supportive for a hind leg as you might have expected, as you were kind of hoping for.
Would that be
Tithla.
the same as goat legs, though, to be honest?
Yeah, that's true.
If I could mirthfully leap down, sure.
It's true. You can mirthfully leap up. Tithla, you are actually the first with a 21 at the top of the initiative round. You are first.
What's up? So, that was very clear that she has cast something at Luther, correct?
This beam of green energy strikes Luther and begins to sap his strength.
Oh, okay. So it's also very clearly something negative.
Yeah. You watch as his flesh sinks in. He becomes even more gaunt looking. His eyes sort of sink into his skull. These dark rings pushing out from underneath. He looks like he's
still a beam
malnourished.
coming, or is that stopped?
Looks like it's constant, yeah.
Oh, great. Well, if it's constant, then I'm going to shoot at her because
Okay.
she is still actively doing it.
Yeah.
If it was like a one-off, maybe it was like, oh, we'll still think about this for a second. But it's like, no, I've got enough time to watch you do this, then pull out my bow, draw, and still do it. I'm going to attack her.
Yeah, go for it.
Actually, first of all,
Yep.
Ensnaring Strike. I'm
Okay.
going to cast that.
Oh.
I don't know why it rolled the dice. I just wanted to hit cast to use the spell slot.
That's
but
okay. No, that's
fine.
good because I'll make a strength save.
Well, I got to see if I hit first. So it's the first one that hits.
Alrighty.
I just have to cast it first. So that is not good.
10.
That's a 10 to hit.
Not enough. As you shoot this arrow towards her, these grasping vines leaping out from it, trying to tangle her up. She just blocks it and knocks it out of the way.
Is that all you've got, little girl? Perhaps I was wrong in thinking you'd be a good sister.
Yeah, that is actually all I've got.
Okay. Anything else on your turn, Tithla, or is that all?
No, that is all I've got.
Okay, cool. Bella is going to appear at the top of the stairs in front of the door.
Oh, no.
You just watch as she just emerges, stepping out of this almost like see-through area. And as she looks towards her sister, she cocks her head.
Are we going to be taking them out, sister? We needed more meat. Perhaps we will not need the boys from the village now. No, Bella. We know that old tough meat is not quite enough. We're just going to teach these little children some manners. And I might keep that little goblin girl. It's about time you had a new sister. Yes. Yes.
As she nods. Bella uses her action to appear back. She is then going to lock the door at the top. That is Bella's turn. Luther, it's your turn.
Oh, this is not looking great. Okay. I'm going to use my free action to shout as loud as I can. Not looking so good in here, guys. I'm talking to
Yep.
Irina and
Ismark.
Ismark. They are unsurprisingly we're hags. We need help. What? I'm going to walk forward to this one.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use one of my Battle Master superiority die maneuvers.
Yep.
And I'm going to use Quick Toss.
Okay. Oh, we should say, for podcast listeners and for stream viewers, Jared and I had a chat. He has actually changed his subclass from the Gunslinger subclass. I think was it called Gunslinger? Yeah. To Battle Master.
It was pretty crap.
So no more guns?
Oh, no, I'm still using guns. I took the gunner feat instead at level 4.
Ah,
Nice.
So nothing's changed.
I'm gonna do this quick toss.
Yep.
I'm gonna use one of my nets that I have in my inventory.
Okay, try and throw a net over her to tangle her up.
Yes.
I will make a dexterity saving throw to avoid being netted.
No, I just throw it.
Oh, you just throw it.
It's just 26 to hit with the net.
Oh, 26 will hit. As the net cracks
I'll display
around
it as
her.
well because it explains its thing.
No, as you throw the net and it wraps around her, Effie swears under her breath, "By the Night Mother, this infuriating contraption." Anything else? Anything else, Luther, on your turn?
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna shoot her now. She's restrained.
Yeah.
I get advantage on the attack, and I don't take any. I don't have any negatives now from shooting within 5 feet of range because of my gunner feat. So I'm gonna use the pistol for the first time.
Ooh.
And it's
Natural one, but a 26.
Thank God.
So as you lower the pistol and let off this shot, 26 will hit. That is 9 piercing damage. As this ball of iron shoots through and carves out this section of her shoulder, you watch as the skin around it suddenly takes on this dark purple hue, and she slowly, with this cracking, creaking noise, transforms. Dark purple skin, long black hair, and these massive claws of black nail. Around her, the apron that she'd been wearing before gives way to these skulls on a chain. Skulls of children.
Oh, cool. I'm going to shoot her again because I'm going to do action surge.
Yep.
Nice.
And I'm going to do another battle maneuver on it. So I've used 2 of my battle. I only get 4 superiority die.
So you're really just trying to end this as quickly as possible.
We're like fucked 3-on-2 right now. Like I'm dumping everything now, hoping that like Grinner and Theodore will eventually come up. I'm trying to keep them back as much as I can for now.
No faith.
Oh, hey, look, let's give it a crack, boys.
Give it a red hot go.
Yeah, so I'm going to action surge, and I'm going to do another battle maneuver. I'm going to do menacing attack on her as well with this.
We'll try and get her to be afraid of you.
It says when I hit with a weapon attack, so I'll do my attack rolls first and see if we hit. But they're advantage still because she's restrained.
Yep.
24 to hit, both 13 piercing.
Yeah, 24 will hit.
Cool, so I'm going to do a menacing attack. I'll just display that. So when I hit a creature, she has to do a wisdom saving throw, unless she's obviously immune to frightening.
She is not immune to frightened. That is a 12.
Oh, well, she's actually frightened of me.
As the second goes off. Oh, yeah?
I also get to add my superiority die to the total of the damage roll, so I get to do a D8 as well on top of that. I roll 7.
So you're spending 3 superiority dice in a single turn.
Oh no! So the menacing attack lets me add it to it. So I only do 2.
Oh yeah, the superiority die to the attack's damage roll. Yep.
Yeah, that's still part of that one. No, I'm not pumping 3 right now.
No, all good.
Nice.
Anything else on your turn, Luther?
That's bonus action done. That's main action done. She's frightened of me now, so that means she has disadvantage on attack rolls. She has advantage on attack rolls against her in close combat, I think, because she's restrained.
Yep.
Or actually, I don't even know if it... I think it's just... I'll check out the condition real quick. But I think she just has advantage. I think we just have advantage on her.
Restrained, I think ranged attacks have advantage. I'm not sure about melee attacks.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
No, attack rolls. Yep, attack rolls. Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage, but if she breaks through the net, she's still frightened.
Yeah, exactly. She's not going to break free of the net. You watch as she clasps her hands together, pulls them apart, and this web of darkness begins spreading out from her as she casts Sleep. I need to know who has the lowest hit points out of Jonor, Tithla, and Luther.
I have 36.
26.
36.
Alrighty.
Oh, fuck.
Jonor, boom, dum, 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 as you just drop like a marionette, your strings cut.
Very unfortunate.
As
So
Jonor.
how does sleep work again? I don't even remember.
So you have to wake him. You have to use an action to wake him. Or if he takes damage, he
So-
wakes up as well.
What's the 15 that you rolled mean?
Oh, that's the sorry. That was just me rolling for the. I was rolling for something else. Don't worry about that.
Oh,
so
okay,
sleep.
sorry.
So no,
I
sorry. I
don't
rolled
actually know how
twice.
this works.
No. I rolled twice by accident. The 15 was not the GM layer one. The 15 was the. So I rolled 5d8 for the first one. The first one was 27. So that knocks Jonor out, but not everybody else. So it goes from the lowest first. Yeah. And I know it was so close. That's why I was like, "What's your HP, Jonor?" The 15 was an accidental double roll. You watch as Jonor just drops asleep. Jonor,
And gets hurt when hitting the ground.
No, he just falls asleep. Unfortunately,
And wakes up.
Tumbles down the stairs.
No, the door's locked. As Effie knocks you out to sleep, and then goes,
Right, I think I can take the two of you easily.
that is her action. She is not going to use her bonus action just yet. She's quite happy to just do that. Alrighty, next up is Theodore down the bottom of the stairs. It's just you and Grinner down here. Grinner's just lying there going, "Oh, you're going to cut my legs off or what?"
All right. Well,
You've also just heard a bunch of booms. I'm
going to assume that she went upstairs. I'm going to assume I also heard her lock the door.
Yeah.
So there's no way you're letting me run up these stairs in bear form. Is the vibe I'm getting here?
You are too big. The stairs too small.
Well, since you want to be a jerk like that's fine.
I described the stairs as incredibly narrow and claustrophobic as you step down into the darkness. I've got to stick with how I've described them.
I'm a very thin Bjornling form, but
I don't just change size.
I dropped the wild shape as I think that's my bonus action, and then I want to cast Thunder Wave up at the door.
Okay, brilliant. Just leave Grinner lying down on the altar down there.
Yeah, I'm just eating my cake. I'm all good.
I'm going to assume he's going to be like. He went from eating the cake is what did him with the spell effect. I assume that he's either going to get his own way out of it, or me slapping him is not going to help him. So,
No, fair enough. Would you like to roll damage for Thunderwave?
I would, yes.
$13. The door does pass its con save. No. As you cast Thunderwave. Yeah, the door does get a 16 on the Constitution save. No. As you cast Thunderwave, this blast of energy shatters the door, sending these splinters flying away as the door is shattered in. Bella swears loudly as you are suddenly on the other side, going like, "Yeah, what's up?" from the other side of the door. The door being
that was a
shattered.
15-foot cube. Does that hit her?
Yeah, I'll roll a con save for her, definitely. If it's a 15-foot cube, I'll roll a con save. That is a 6. 13 thunder damage.
Ooh.
Nice. As she takes this thunder damage and is blasted back, she looks at you, hate in her eyes.
And then I sprint myself up those stairs to the top.
I assume you're at the top of the stairs to blast the Thunderwave to unlock the door, because the door's at the top of the stairs. So I've already assumed you moved up the stairs to the door.
Yes.
Yeah, blasted
Cool.
the door. So you're already at the top of the room. As you look
Oh.
inside the door, you can see Jonor's just lying down unconscious. Tithla and Luther seem to be facing off against Effie, who is very different to how you last saw her. Purple skin, long black hair, looking kind of horrifying. And Luther and Tithla seem to be facing off against her.
Also looks like a skeleton. but
And I got
luckily
Bella in
used
front of me.
it.
Yeah, Bella's right in front. Actually, I need to roll a concentration check for her Oh no! When she casts the sleep, that spell ends. You are no longer affected by the strength. The Ray of Enfeeblement is cancelled.
I hit Bella, not.
No, I know, but these guys hit Effie, and she also casts sleep, which is another concentration spell.
Yep.
So that Ray of Enfeeblement is dropped.
Feeble. Cool.
Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to do, Theodore?
I use my bonus action to drop
transform back.
the wild shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonor, you're having a lovely nap. It's quiet as you dream. As you dream and have these beautiful dreams, you feel
soon
peaceful. You feel good.
is coming into fruition.
Yeah, it feels good. Tithla, you're up next.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I think she's going to step back because should have done that before to be able to shoot at her without disadvantage. So, whoopsies, that's fine. Missed horribly anyway, and we'll shoot again because the ensnaring strike.
And you have advantage on this attack as well because she's currently in a net.
So I'm sort of just going
the
to
quick toss
shoot her
and the
with
net
the
thing
bow.
is a fun combo.
And that is an 18 or a 19 to hit.
18 or 19 to hit. That is going to hit.
Lovely. That is that much damage. 6 points of piercing damage plus... Oh, that's 5 if she... So, the ensnaring strike then kicks off.
Yep.
Alright, everything's covering everything.
So I need to make
Excellent.
a strength save to avoid being ensnared.
A writhing mass appears... Yes, strength save. My
That is
DC
a
12.
9.
Fails. You are restrained.
These vines
By
begin growing up
magical vine.
around her, holding her in place as she is tied up in the net and now the vines.
Yeah, you're like double restrained.
Yeah.
Quadruple this
She would
advantage.
have to break both now,
And
wouldn't
frightened
she?
still.
Yeah. Yeah.
And while restrained, target takes 1d6 piercing at the start of each of its turns.
Alrighty, I will
Yep.
keep that in mind for the start of her turn.
So I still
do you?
have
Yep.
a bonus action. So the concentration
Yep.
for this spell, is that to keep holding it, like to restrain her, or is the concentration until it sort of goes off?
That would be... So the concentration is to maintain the spell, the ensnaring strike. So as soon as you lose concentration, she will no longer be ensnared.
Great, easy. So what I'm going to do then is summon my Drake Companion. I'm pretty sure it's a bonus action.
Oh, I forgot you had that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I wish I had checked if it was a bonus action or an action before I said anything.
I think it's an action,
Yep.
isn't it?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Next turn.
Sorry about that.
So as my bonus action, before I shoot her, obviously,
Yep.
I say, there was a bard once who uttered the words, if you thought that I was trouble, then you're gonna hate what's coming next. Maisie Peters.
Oh my god. Tithla, I need you to take 2d10 psychic damage, please.
End the stream. Just end the stream.
I'm not kidding. 2d10 psychic damage. Take it now. I warned you. I warned you there would be consequences. I'll roll it for you. Don't worry. I'll roll it for you. Don't worry. 15.
Oh, wow. Oof.
I warned you. I told you there would be consequences you did not like.
You want me to take that damage? I'll take the damage if you want.
I'm not. This isn't what I want. This is what needs to happen.
man.
Otherwise, you need to learn this. That when I warn, when I
Done.
make threats, I follow through.
Done. I asked you what the threat was. That's great. That's nearly half my HP.
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you shouldn't have referenced Maisie Peters.
Well, it's not my fault that you're going to hate what's coming next either.
It's just still persisting, which is amazing given he now knows the consequences.
It's one of those songs.
You don't take another 13 damage. I was just kidding.
No,
It's
that
second
wasn't
time.
one of her songs. I just made that up. But of course, that was out of one of her songs.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
Come on. Tithla, I think you've had your turn. That's enough of that. Bella
Talking
is
a free
next.
action, I think you'll find. So
Yep.
I can keep going.
Can you? What can you do?
I just meant with the Maisie Peters.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Bella, no, there's not. Talking's not a free action. You get 6 seconds of talking. You used it.
Sorry, you can mute him now.
Um,
He's only 6 seconds.
I'll mute him. Yeah, I'll mute him. Bella does not like Theodore bursting to the top. She moves back away from you, Theodore, moving sort of a little bit further away. And you watch as she summons these strange, almost like bone-like discs to her hands. These incorporeal motes of energy that resemble like shards of bone. and then fires them at you. She's casting Magic Missile.
Good.
Yeah, does a... Oh, no, it doesn't. They just hit Magic Missile. They just hit. You are going to take, from all 3 blasts, you're going to take 3 damage for the first. Actually, I can just roll them from here. You go. So 3 damage for the first, 5 damage for the second, 4 damage for the last one.
So 11?
Yes.
12? 12.
12.
All right, yeah, that's more than half my HP. That's good.
And as she fires out these magic missiles, she turns back towards her sister.
Effie, do you need assistance? No, my dear. I am just fine.
That's her full turn. Luther, it's your go.
I'm gonna try and shoot her in the face.
Okay. Yeah, go on. You've got advantage because she's restrained.
Double restrained.
23 to hit.
23 is going to hit. 10 damage. As you shoot her in the face, the bullet blasts through part of her cheek, revealing this dark Icarus black blood, almost like ink leaking slowly from the cut.
I don't really have any bonus actions left. Because the pistol's technically one-handed, would you allow me to pull one of my daggers out and just try and stab her?
Try and stab Jonor.
I'm not sure if the pistol... So with the stats of the pistol, I think it's treated like it is a two-handed weapon because you have to load it and fire, correct? Like a crossbow?
Well, it doesn't say two-handed, but
it'll say the loading.
Light.
It'll say the loading property, definitely.
Yeah, that's fine. I just thought I would ask. That's fine.
Fair enough.
I sort of knew that I was reaching there. Actually, it's a good point though. I might...
Take
Can
someone
I
as
use
the angel.
my bonus action or free action to throw something at Jonor to try and wake him up? Not a dagger though. Actually throw a dagger.
No, because like your hands for that 6 seconds, you're loading a musket ball in. You're like packing some gunpowder into the pistol, putting a ball in, packing it, and then shooting her. And it specifically says you have to use your action to try and wake a sleeping person. If it didn't specifically say that, but unfortunately sleep is very clear.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm just trying to think outside the box. I will use a free action to shout, is Mark and Irina, if you can come in here, Jonor's asleep, wake him up, and please, someone get Grinner up. Where is he?
You don't want to know, buddy.
I'm gonna be a pie.
He's a pie. And damn it, he's about it.
That's my action, bonus action, not really anything. So yeah, I'm my turn.
All right, brilliant. You do get the sense that people have heard from outside as you hear the sound of rushing feet coming in. I hadn't added the initiative because they were on the GM layer, but I'll add them to the initiative now. Effie's next. After you shoot her, she just sort of cocks her head, smiles, revealing these very sharp, pointed teeth. And you watch as she fades into nothingness. The net and the grasping vines just dropping down around her as she steps into the ethereal plane.
Misty step bullshit.
So
not Misty Step. No, not Misty Step. Night Hags. Night Hags, as an action, can step into the ethereal plane from the material plane, or vice versa, just as an action, as many times as they want. You watch as she
Night Hag, you say?
Night Hag.
And she's not frightened right now either.
No.
That's not a sea hag.
The frightened ends at the end of my turn.
Exactly. So she just steps away and disappears and is invisible as she disappears from view. Irina's the next one to run into the room. Irina runs in, sees Tithla and Luther. Tithla, you've taken a fair bit of damage. Irina sees you and calls out a healing word. You regain 8 hit points.
Don't write the journal.
It was worth it.
Would you be able to see psychic damage?
No.
Yeah, it's
but
blood
like
nose.
blood nose
Blood
and
coming
ears,
out of
like
the nose.
blood
Yeah.
pouring out of the ears. Yeah. Irina then sees Jonor. Healing words a bonus action, I believe, isn't it? So she still can use her action to rush up and wake Jonor, which she is going to do. She rushes over to Jonor and shakes Jonor awake. Jonor, you're no longer asleep.
Thank the Jimmies.
As you're sort of like woken from this, Jonor, just towards the end, I mean, you don't know where Effie's gone, but just at the end there, you started seeing this figure lurking in the edges of your dreams, this dark shape.
Oh, I fucking love that, Owen. That's sick.
Irina uses a turn to heal Tithla, wake up Jonor. What is going on? What is happening? Where? Oh my goodness! As Irina rushes in and sees Bella in this hag form staring down Theodore. Theodore, you're up next in your Beonling form.
No, I'm not.
Are you not? You are on my screen.
I I wish I was.
You are on my screen.
This is Ismark on my screen.
I see Theodore for an initiative of 8.
Oh no, it's my go, but I'm not in my Bjornling form.
Oh, no, you dropped it. Right, of course. Sorry,
Yeah,
it's your turn.
Door.
Are you now in your Bjornling form?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You just as you immediately like see Bella standing before you, Arena rushing in and waking Jonor, your hands aren't needed anymore. They can become claws.
Oh. And then I'll be sprinting straight at Bella, and we'll be going for doing a multi-attack, going for a bite first.
Yep, absolutely. 16 is not enough to hit.
Dang it. Damn.
So then I'm going to go for the claws.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
15 is not enough to hit. I'm sorry. As you try, she just moves and ducks and weaves around as you try and grapple onto her and bite her. She's too quick.
Well, that's it. That's my bonus action and action done.
Ismark is going to shoot a crossbow into her back while you're distracting her. Ismark runs in, sees Irina helping Jonor, sees you tangling with this hag, lowers his heavy crossbow, fires this bolt. As it shoots towards Bella and 19 hits, jabs her in the back.
Hey, nice.
She cries out as it deals a little bit of damage. Ismark looks towards you guys and goes, I'm guessing that we're going to regret eating the pies?
Yes. Terrible indigestion, Ismark.
Jonor, you're up next.
Jonor wakes up being frightened from that dream, sort of looking around as Irina's above him, sort of pushes her away and is like, what's happened? And then I sort of sit up and see the net and all the damage on the ground, and everyone's like starting to fight. And then the awful form of the hag, and he is not liking the way that this is playing out. And all these visions of soon how he's going to die, and that also Grinner's not here, and it's starting to look pretty bad. And all the ways that it can go out is running through his mind, and he's like, how are we going to live here? And he's like, I need to make them run away. And he turns and looks at the hag standing there and says, run to the town of Barovia, and is going to make a suggestion to that hag standing there.
I suggest you run to the town of Barovia.
And
I will make
as I say that, I do everything in my willpower to shape the way that this unfolds and use my portent roll of a 3.
Is this a charm
wisdom saving
effect?
throw.
I think suggestion is a charm, isn't it?
Oh, what have we got? Charm.
sure it is.
Creatures that can't be charmed are immune.
Conditioned immunities charmed. As you call out and force this portent roll. You've foreseen this. This is how it should work. And the spell just fails. You keep the portent roll, you don't lose it, because the spell doesn't activate.
Okay.
So you keep your 3 and your 4 on your portent rolls. But the spell just fails. And as the hag, with this very almost stop motion movement, turns around to look at you, her head bending over the back of her neck as she stares at you.
Ha! The wizard. Effie has dealt with you already, wizard. Run away. Back to your books and library.
Rude.
He's going to be a
That
little
would have
bit,
been so good.
scared by that one.
Yeah.
He's going to take a step backwards and sort of trip on the chair he probably would have been on.
Yep.
And as he does that, he is going to have some wings sprout out the back of his cloak as he activates his Celestial Revelation.
Yep.
And you see that these white luminescent wings just pop out, and rather than him falling over backwards, he whooshes up into the air and flies up, sort of overlooking everyone.
Yeah, these wings are sort of partially transparent, aren't they, Jonor? They're kind of like these very white, pure wings, but almost slightly ghost-like, correct?
Yeah.
Amazing, yeah. And this, you watch as Jonor's very light blonde hair almost glows a little bit. His eyes glowing with this like white gold. What sort of energy would you like your eyes to glow with?
It's going to be golden.
Awesome. And does anything else happen when you trigger your Aasimar feature? I think something else does, doesn't it? It's not just the flight. You also get...
It's flight and then something with my attacks.
Yep, cool.
Right.
So that's the movement flies up. That's it. I'm going to say 10 feet sort of above where it was.
Yeah, just up to the roof. Amazing.
Yeah.
Tithla, you're up next.
Yeah. Tithla's going to grab the little locket that she got from Effie before. And say,
Yeah.
Effie, come back. You can walk all over me. Just don't walk away. Give me the worst.
Please step on me, hag, mummy.
Just going to roll some more dice because I know what you're doing, Jacob. That's right. While you weren't paying attention, I Googled the entire discography of a certain artist, and I have all the lyrics open in front of me. No. It's 15 again. Jesus Christ. No, you don't have to say that.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
No, you're the boss.
I'm kidding. I feel like I've punished you enough. But if you're going to keep doing it...
Apparently not. I'm still doing it.
That's true. As you speak into this locket and say, Effie, come back to me, the locket clicks open and you see a tooth and a lock of hair sitting inside the locket.
Okay, that was unexpected. She'll grab it and anyone got any fire? I don't know. Anyone know what to do with some teeth and some hair? No? Alright, she can put it down and
burn it.
try and make if she can with a bonus action, try and start a fire, I guess.
You did just hear Jonor say, I can burn it, just so you know.
Oh, I missed that. Journal, here. She'll just like hold it out.
Just hold it in your hand.
She hadn't thought about it. She'll just go, here. There you go.
All right, cool. Well,
Put it on the
Jonor, on your
ground
turn,
for you
you can.
there.
Jonor, on your turn, you can just light Tithla's hand on fire and take them out. Easy. Anything else on your turn, Tithla?
She'll put it on the ground. Yeah, I'm assuming that was like an action to do that.
I'd say that's a bonus action.
A bonus action to
That's a
talk
bonus
into
action.
it?
Yep.
Oh, nice. I thought it was going to be an action.
Using
can
a
I
hag
see any
trinket.
of the other hags?
Yeah, you can see one other hag, definitely. Currently fighting your friend Theodore.
Lame. Oh, actually, can...
Lame.
Oh, no, I can't, of course, use thaumaturgy to start a small fire, can I? No, it just makes it bigger or smaller. Is there a fire in the room?
There's the stove.
Yeah, but it's not lit, is it?
One stove is. There's one stove that's lit, one stove that's not. You know, there's a whole bunch of fresh pies in one of the stoves.
Yeah, I'm going to go over to the stove that's lit and try and put the hair and the tooth in it.
Tithla, as you run over and open the stove and grab the handle, you watch as the stove sort of like moves a little bit, the metal almost bending and turning.
Oh.
And in the grate, these two eyes of fire open wide. And as you open the grate, you can see inside has become almost like a mouth. And you're expecting to see pies stacked in neat shelves. Inside you see bones. Small bones. Humanoid bones.
Bones!
As the oven comes alive.
The what does what now?
As the oven comes alive.
What?
Yeah.
Like we weren't having a bad
already
enough time as it
losing.
was.
Hey, this isn't on me. He went and opened the oven. I don't know what you want from me.
Why did you open the oven?
To burn... Sorry, I don't know if you understood. The plan was that if I burnt the tooth and the hair, then maybe she would die.
No, fair.
Yeah. I like that our communication is nice and open this session. I feel like we're really able to communicate
Bonding, yeah.
clearly and see the other side. It's good.
Absolutely. I'll roll initiative for the oven in a moment. Don't worry too much about that right now. Tiffany, you finish your turn.
Okay, well, if it starts to move, I probably wouldn't put my arm in it then and throw things into it. I go,
Rolling traditions.
Jonor, it's back to you.
It's a very hot potato, Jonor. Yeah, cool. No problem at all. Alrighty, next up in the initiative order is... No, it's one of the hags. This isn't going to be fun for you lot, is it? Alrighty, next up is Bella. Bella, you watch as her hand sort of cracks and moves, and these massive claws grow out of her hands, and she just wails on Theodore. Does a 17 hit you, Theodore?
It does.
You are going to take 13 slashing damage as she begins wailing away at you.
Could I not?
No, not an option, unfortunately. You are going to take that damage, and you're going to be thankful for it, you little shit.
13, you say?
13 slashing damage as she strikes at you. She is then going to also laugh a little bit, have a bit of a chuckle, and get really up in your grill quite menacingly. I will roll for the oven now. Let me add it to the initiative.
You don't have to, though.
I do have to, though, unfortunately.
Roll for the oven.
Very, very important I roll for the oven. Might need to go see what that was. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
All right, now that Owen's left and doesn't care anymore.
Can we just change where we are on the map to not be in the windmill?
Yeah, that's interesting. I was gonna wonder if you wanted to talk about Maisie Peters for a bit.
No, we're all good. Don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking
I could go through some of her discography for you, or
No, that's all good. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, remember to talk about the Church of our Lord Maisie Peters.
Oh dear. 17 for the oven. Okay. Brilliant. Well, the oven's next.
Where is the oven and Tithla actually at the moment?
Tithla is right in front of the oven,
There.
having run up
Alright,
to the oven
we're
and then
there.
thrown the
Cool.
tooth and the hair back
Cool.
across.
Ooh.
The oven opens wide and tries to engulf Tithla to try and eat her. Tithla does a...
Man.
Oh, it's only a 14. That doesn't hit, does it?
oh no, that was close though.
As the oven goes to... This thing's moving almost like it's alive. You can hear the metal scraping and scratching against the wooden floor. The oven goes to consume you. You feel this pull as it opens wide and tries to clamp down, but you dodge out of the way, the grate slamming shut right next to your head as the oven moves closer threateningly. That's its full go, because it can only do the engulf action. That's a full action. Luther, you're up next.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Yep.
I'm trying to get to Grinner. I know there's like stairs, so...
Yeah, Grinner's probably...
maybe-
In terms of distance, Grinner's probably about that far away.
Okay, cool.
So you can dash there.
For now, it's okay, because... I'll reach him in my next turn.
Yeah.
For now, I'm going to just shoot her with my pistol.
Yep, absolutely. Try to shoot Bella one more time. Oh, you haven't shot Bella yet? This is your first time shooting Bella.
11 will miss.
11, it just shoots over her head into the wooden door. Anything else on your turn, Luther?
No, that's it.
Alrighty. Jonor. Effie emerges from your shadow, appearing as if from nowhere as she steps back out of the ethereal plane right behind you. As she spins, as you sort of spin around and she's standing there, you see this monstrous hag form. Remember, you and I have a deal. And as Irina sort of turns in horror towards her, she smiles at Irina.
And you look so tasty. Huh? I could just eat you up, little one.
That's her full turn to use her action to appear. Irina is going to use her action to stumble away in fear from Effie, trying to get herself away as Ismark steps in protectively. Theodore, it is your turn.
Yeah, we hitting the hag.
Hitting the hag.
Actually, as a bonus action, I'm going to get really fucking mad that I missed every single shot last turn, and I'm going to rage.
You're going to rage.
Nice.
That's a good call.
Finally get to do that.
Yep, nice.
All right. So that gets
Cocaine
me-
Bear is born.
Cocaine Bear is going. I would also like to attack recklessly.
Of course you can. With advantage? Yep,
So
absolutely.
That gives me advantage and gives her advantage to hit me
Yep.
if she's doing that too.
No, 100%.
All right. Do I get anything else? My rage just gives me extra damage, I think.
Yep.
Which I have +2.
Yep. So we just add +2 to all your damages.
Cuckoo. Let's go.
Cocaine Bear. 18. That's going to hit.
No.
You got advantage, so we'll see if it's because you get advantage, so roll again, see if you get a crit.
I keep disappearing my Bjorling every time I hit an attack.
Classic.
It's ever so mildly inconvenient.
25, so 10 damage
good.
plus 2 is 12 damage as you just scrape across her skin, tearing flesh and bone away as she cries out.
Nice. Then we go on claws.
Nice.
There it is.
Oh yeah, nat 20. Nat 20.
Oh,
Okay, so
nice.
2d6 plus 4, so it's 13 plus 2 is 15. Plus 2d6 is 12 plus 2 is 14.
Oh.
Plus 4 already, right? Because you get the full dice damage back. So what's your normal plus?
My normal for the attack.
Yeah. So yeah, so no, sorry. Yeah, so it's just plus the dice damage. So 13 plus 2 is 15, plus 12 is 27. So because we're doing the better critical, so
Not
rather than
bad,
doubling dice damage, you get the full 2d6 on top of it. Amazing. Yeah, I'll take that damage off as you just rip away at part of her arm, causing her to cry out in pain. Anything else on your turn, Theodore? I think that's everything you can do, right?
Yeah, I got mad and I hit stuff.
Ismark moves into position, putting himself in between Irina and Effie, and he is going to make an attack against Effie using his heavy crossbow, keeping his distance from her. 14 is not enough as it and embeds itself into the wall behind her. She smiles menacingly.
Oh no. Please, wait your turn.
Jonor, it is your go.
Right. So I've got Effie beside me.
Right next to you. Yeah.
Okay. She spooked me, and I would have turned around and seen her.
Yes.
Bit shocked by that one. I am going to say to her, have a look around at all the ovens. What's been in those ovens? Tell me what's cooking. And I'm going to use Tash's hideous laughter on her.
Okay. Yeah.
Try to make. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's not a charm effect, is it?
It is not a charm effect,
Fuck.
But it is a spell.
and it's gonna be a portent
Oh.
roll. As
So
well.
she has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. So one of those rolls will be the portent. I'll roll for the other one, unless you wanted to burn both portents as her 2 disadvantaged rolls.
Both of those portents are getting.
Oh shit! So that's the 3 and the 4. Okay, so that's a fail.
Jeez.
Doesn't matter what I roll, that's a fail. So I'm not even going to bother rolling. As you burn those 2 portents, you just watch as she sort of like, and then just drops to the ground laughing hysterically as she falls prone laughing.
Ooh.
Great.
Right.
That's wonderful.
Anything else on your turn, Jonor? You can
I'm
move
going
away
to-
essentially without taking an attack of opportunity right now. She is incapacitated.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly overhead. I look around and
Yeah.
see, are there any perches I can get onto?
Not so much perches per se. Look, there probably would be a beam that you can like cling onto the side of and have some footing underneath you. Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm actually gonna fly down to the hag. I'm gonna
Okay.
fly down to her and land right beside her. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Back up to the top of the round.
Yep,
It's
yep, yep.
Tithla.
Over to Bella.
No, the one that's on the
Effie.
ground.
Yeah, the one that's incapacitated.
Oh, you just drop back down. Okay.
Yeah, he just like drops down. Tithla, it is your go. You're currently level with an oven that is trying to eat you.
Easy.
Easy. Yeah, you've fought these before. You've hunted
Now.
ovens in the wild. You got to be careful when you
Now.
corner them. That's when they're most dangerous ovens.
Oh, corner
no.
oven is
Yeah,
a
yeah,
feel
yeah.
Like they're more scared of you than you are of them.
Not this one.
Okay, they're okay. No,
No.
Clever girl.
this is awkward.
Oh man.
She is now going to summon her Drake companion.
Okay, brilliant.
And put it in the oven. Break pie. Here we go.
I
get
already
to
have
select.
a token for you, so here you go.
Lovely. I'm going to have it choose cold as its damage type.
As you summon this Drake for the very first time, Tithla, having summoned this draconic spirit, you watch as this pool of almost like luminescent energy begins pouring out from your chest and coalescing on the floor before forming itself into this long draconic serpentine form. You've not really seen this before. You don't even really know what this creature is, only that it feels linked to you. You can hear its its feelings, feel its feelings in your mind through this connection. And it feels like you've known this creature your whole life. It's always sort of been there. This connection to this creature. But what you're doing now, this is new. And it feels like something must have changed to allow this. You're not sure what, but yeah, this connection, you sort of only felt it for a few months before you traveled to the Tempest Guild, timing well with the destruction of the Drakhorn, which released all of the Draconic Essence, which allowed for Drake Wardens to become a thing. The Tyranny of Dragons campaign. But yeah, as you summon the Drake, what element do you choose for it?
Cold.
Cold. So it takes on this white, cold scale. You see that its breath coalescing in front of it into this white crystalline mist as you summon this Drake.
And with that, I will use my bonus action. Sorry, I'm just trying to understand what I can do with this. Because, funny enough, first time.
First time.
That's reaction.
So I believe you can command the Drake as a bonus action. Otherwise, it takes the dodge action on its turn. And it takes its turn immediately after you.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to then cast Hunter's Mark on...
The oven.
The oven.
Nice.
And I'm going to just try and step back from the oven a touch, I think.
Try and step back from it?
Oh, but then it's going to attack my Drake. Nah, I'm going to stay there. I'm going to say, you got nothing on me, bitch. That's not true. That's not true. That really what I say is, you'd leave me dead if I'd set you apart.
For fuck's
and I'm
sake.
like, oh, goddamn!
So, as the oven doesn't respond on account of it being an inanimate object.
They're good rolls.
Well, I guess it's an animate object now. An animate object, as the oven has been animated by magic. Tithla, you can see these very small spectral hands around the oven, almost like tiny little fingers clawing at the edge of the oven, trying to get out from inside. Looks like almost tiny ghosts trapped within. Anything else on your turn, Tithla?
That's it. That's action, bonus action, and my taunt.
Brilliant. Bella is next. Bella looks down at Theodore.
I think it's time you disappeared.
She's going to use her claws to attack you again. That is with advantage, isn't it? Because of your reckless attack.
Yep.
That
For a
is
moment there, I thought you were going to...
just send him to the ethereal plane.
Banish.
Banish.
Oh, wait.
I was like, whoa.
So, sorry, before, what kind of damage was she doing to me? Was it slashing, right?
Slashing.
I have resistance on that, so instead of 13, it should have been
6.
7.
6.
But you
Always
weren't
rounded down.
raging,
Yeah, always rounded down. D&D
Oh, no,
always
you're
rounds
correct.
down.
I wasn't raging then.
No.
Unfortunately. I shouldn't have
this
said nothing,
time,
actually. I should have just let it be.
This time you are raging.
I should have shut
Yeah.
up.
So does a 22 hit?
No, actually.
Oh, I think it does though. So that's going to be 14 slashing damage, but halved because you are now raging. Halved to 7.
Yep. Woo!
As she strikes down at you. Also, something interesting happens as she does that. She pulls up her clawed hand that's sort of covered in your blood, licks the length of the claw, licking the blood from it, and you watch as some of her wounds seem to slowly close shut. Next up is the oven. The oven is really not happy about being called bitch. It is going to try and crush.
I'm sorry, I think you'll
Tithla.
find that there were other comments around you'd leave me dead if I set you apart. And
No. Tithla, you've pissed it off. This oven's angry as an oven can be. You watch as the door opens. These hundreds of ghostly hands begin reaching out and trying to grapple you. Could you please make me a constitution saving throw as the ghosts of the children that have been cooked inside this oven try to draw your soul from your body?
Easily.
And
That's a no.
That's a 9. That's a no. You are going to
The
take...
thing about D&D Beyond is when you roll it and you have it still set on, it rolls up with the dice.
Yeah.
And the 7 looks deceptively like a 1.
It does. So you panicked for a second there.
This was a 7.
Yeah. So 9 is a fail on the con save. You are going to take 16 necrotic damage. I rolled maximum damage. Sorry about that. 2d8. I rolled 2-8. Shit. You take 16.
I was going to say, would have been fine if I hadn't lost 15 HP earlier.
But
trouble.
I mean, maybe there were some things that you should think about.
Sorry, did you say Maisie?
I like Tithla. Can you stop this?
As you
Where do you
take
think this comes
16
from in
as you take
Tithla?
16 necrotic damage, the fires in the oven glow a much brighter blue, and the heat emanating from it gets hotter and hotter as your life essence is pulled into this thing and almost seems to power it more. That is all the oven is
Run away
going to
from
do.
the oven. Run away from
Luther.
the can't move, it's an oven.
It's your turn, Luther.
Okay, I'm going to run to Grinner because
Yeah.
we need to get an extra body.
Yeah,
in here.
as you sprint down the stairs, Grinner's sort of lying on the table, lying on this stone, almost like stone bench. Really a bit confused, Grinner. Like, you've been told that you're going to be cooked into a pie. You really want this to happen. No one's come down to cook you into a pie. I mean, there's knives around you. You probably could start cutting off your own limbs, but
Oh
I mean,
my
you
God.
weren't told to do that. You were told to stay still while you were cut up into a pie. So really, there's not much you can... I mean, you've been lying there. You've heard some stuff happening upstairs. Sounds like they're getting really excited to cook you into a pie and eat you.
I've just been eating cake. I've just been lying there on my
that
back.
cake's all gone, and I will reveal now that it is like cold brains that have been assembled into a pastry, just so you know.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. Yeah. Luther, as you get downstairs, Grinner's just
worth
happily
knowing.
lying on the lying on the stone plinth, empty plate balancing on his quite full belly, spoon sort of dangling from his fingers as he looks around. A bit happy, bit of a grin on his face.
Okay, so as I get to him, so does he look like charmed? Like I don't
He
even
looks
know if my
very
character
he looks
knows that.
very odd, like quite dazed, a bit sort of happy. Like, and as you run downstairs, probably
I
goes,
sort
"Oh,
of-
you're going to cook me into a pie now, Luther? Great! Oh, I've been waiting so long."
Just
As you
grab
get
him by
downstairs.
the shoulders.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing, Grinner? Like, why are you down here? Come on, we're gonna get up. And I start shaking him vigorously.
Are we going? Is it pie time?
I smack him in the face.
Yeah. As you smack him, Grinner, could you make another Constitution? Not Constitution. Sorry, Wisdom saving throw. Could you make another Wisdom saving throw for me?
Hell yeah.
As you take
It
damage,
is-
there's only a little bit of damage. I don't have to actually take damage. As you get slapped.
There it is.
And
Oh, it's a good one.
snap him out of this effect. 3.
Oh,
As you
that's
just
good. Could be bad.
slap him across the face, Grinner, you're like... I mean, it stings a little bit, but I mean, maybe he's tenderizing you in time for the
I
pie.
don't need to be tenderized. That
damn
is
it.
correct. Do it again, Luther. Come on, mate. Get me all over.
Jesus.
If one of us has slapped a guy and he's just begging you to do it again in a different environment.
Okay, obviously that was my action. I take it to shake him and smack
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Me too.
Is there any bonus action things I could do to try and slap him again?
I'm gonna
just
say
trying
as a
to
bonus
grab
action,
his-
you could
I'm
push him off
grabbing
the.
his
You could
straws.
push him off the bench as a bonus action. In
pushing
which
him off the
case,
bench.
he might fall and like hurt his tailbone a little bit. You
I'm
can roll
pushing off
again.
the-
I'm being
I-
incredibly
I don't care.
kind. Grinner, you may roll. You may roll another
risk
risk save
Thanks.
as Luther just pushes you off the bench.
Oh,
Oh, mate. That's another 3. It's another 3. I mean, this is a much more efficient way to tenderize you. probably you should have been doing this the whole time, sitting on the bench and then throwing yourself off. Could you please roll me initiative, Grinner, as it occurs to you that you could
Yes.
tenderize yourself?
Oh, I love that.
Oh no.
What are the chances? 9. Okay,
He actually
great.
will technically go next. Like I know the other hag has a turn, but
It's still a bit above me.
Oh, that's amazing. What are the chances of such
man.
these such poor rolls?
1 in 20.
Luther, that's your turn. Effie, who's
Yep.
right up next to Jonor and currently on the ground laughing. Now she needs to. She repeats that save.
End of her.
End of her turn. Oh dear. She will try and repeat that save. It's a Wisdom save, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She has advantage because of her night tag magic resistance. Are you
Love
kidding
that.
me? The highest I rolled was an 8. I rolled an 8 and a 5. That is not a pass. She is still on the ground laughing, correct?
Thanksgivers.
She is still on the ground laughing. Whatever you said, she's finding it very funny. Grinner, what's your dexterity? I want to know if you're ahead or behind Irina.
Dex is 13.
You are first. You are before Irina.
Nice. Can I hop up, please, onto the
Yeah.
thing that the table thing.
Yep.
Forgot
not
the word for it. Altar.
Yep,
Thank
back
you.
on the- back on the bench.
Altar.
100% not Malta.
And can I yeet myself back off it?
Yeah, of course you can eat yourself back off it.
Hit the
Yeah,
floor.
Cool.
Would you like to roll me another wisdom saving throw, and you will take a d4 damage as you yeet yourself?
Hell yeah. Oh, it's like on my face.
That's a 1 damage. 9 is not. Oh, for fuck's sake. Can you just roll as you yeet yourself onto your face? Take 1 damage. I mean, this is great. Like, you also needed to bleed yourself. You know that you need to bleed meat before you put it in a pie. Like, if you can get enough of a blood nose, maybe that's enough. Like, you could do this.
Oh, lovely. Do I have enough, like a bonus action movement to just get back up on the bench and prep myself to do it?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, absolutely. You just use your movement to get back up on the bench. No problems at all. Irina is next. Irina, not knowing that any of this is going on below. Yeah, she is going to move up next to you, Jonor, with the hag on the ground. And she is going to sort of turn towards you, Jonor. I think we should run. I don't know if we can win this. I think we should get out of here, Jonor.
Yeah, if this one keeps giggling, maybe we do have a chance. We don't have everyone. Luther ran downstairs. Go grab him.
Okay. I will do that. She runs towards the top of the stairs.
Go with her.
Ismark's like, I will in a second. I have to wait.
Just wait roughly 6 seconds.
Just give me a moment. Irina runs to the top of the stairs and calls down, Luther, Grinner, quick, you need to run. Run now, quick, come. Theodore, it is your turn.
All right. Yep. No, the great cocaine bear continues.
Reckless attack.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant. 16 and
Doing it again for the advantage.
could be a 20. If it's a 20, you're gonna be in a much better
17.
position. 17. So yeah, that hits.
Does that hit? Woo! That was a shit damage on that one. Let's hit the damage for the other one, eh?
We always take the first damage that's rolled. Always. We always take the first damage that's rolled. So yep. So that's fine. So 12 damage. Yep. Always. Plus 2 because you're raging. Yeah.
I am. And then
14.
And then we're going claws.
Go for it as you swing your vicious sharp claws past, trying to take her out. 16.
And claws number 2.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20. 12.
I don't think
Not
16
enough.
doesn't hit,
16 doesn't hit. 17 hits. 16 doesn't. As you go past, she just blocks your claw with one hand, throwing it to the ground. And as you look up into her eyes, you see rage and pain marked there. Ismark. Jonor, you told Ismark to get Luther and Grinner. Ismark runs to the top of the stairs and calls down to you, Luther and Grinner. What's the holdup? Come on, we need to run. What's wrong? Luther or Grinner, you can respond as a free reaction if you wish.
I'm just waiting for pie time.
Are you fucking kidding me, Grinner? Ismark is then going to just look on in amazement and take a shot against Bella, not really knowing what else he can do in this moment. Take a shot against Bella. It's a 7, that misses. Jonor, your turn next.
Okay. He is going to turn towards Bella, standing there having a good old slash at Theodore.
Yep.
And he lights up some flames from his hand and sends a fire bolt into her back.
Amazing. Roll me an attack.
That does not break concentration, right? It's a non-concentration spell.
That's not a concentration spell, so it doesn't break concentration. Correct.
Sweet. And
I don't think any cantrips are concentration from memory. I could be wrong about that, but
16.
not enough. I'm so sorry.
17.
It's just, it's so close. As the firebolt shoots towards her back, the magic just dissipates. You watch as it gets close to her. It just turns into darkness.
Yeah. Where would have the tooth and the hair that was dropped by Tithla, is that somewhere between me
Between you and Tithla. Yeah, just on the floor between you and Tithla.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna gush my wings and try to blow everything, all that stuff towards the oven.
Oh, okay. Could you please make me what would that be? I guess it would be like a, I'd say a dex or a strength check, your choice. Although your wings are kind of magical, so I'm gonna stick to strength or dex.
Yeah, look, let's go Dex. I don't have a strong reason one.
4. As you flutter your wings, I mean, the magic that helps you fly isn't so much. It's not really an elemental magic, and the wind that's produced by these intangible wings is not very much. And as you flutter your wings, the hair kind of like moves a little bit. The hair like falls over.
I haven't learned my wings yet.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't learned them yet. The hair just kind of rolls over. It doesn't move any further than that. Anything else on your turn, Jonor?
I'm going to use my movement speed to go over to the tooth and hair.
Nice.
And that's it.
Move up to it. That's the end of the round. As we start up at the beginning of the next round, you watch as a figure steps in through the doorway. A woman with dark hair. A wagon parked out the front. And as she looks towards all of you, sees her sister Effie on the ground, sees Bella fighting off Theodore. You see Morgan. A frown crosses her face.
Well, this is unexpected. But I guess some fresh meat would not be unappetizing.
And that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight.
How do we end up in a worse spot than we were last session?
Well, thank you.
Worse.
That's not true.
Thank
I
you,
made a new friend.
It's true, you did make a new friend.
The oven.
What, the oven?
Yeah.
So many friends in there, really.
Given the oven some lovin'. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I hope you enjoyed Curse of Strahd. It's going to be a very spicy session next week, so I can't wait.
Very short session.
Can't wait for us to jump back in and see how that goes down. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I hope you've had a lovely time. Avatar Legends is on tomorrow night, and we will be starting the Return of the Giant stream next Wednesday, so stay tuned. Lots of really cool content coming soon. But tonight, that's all from us. Stay safe, stay well. Oh, yeah?
So with no game on Wednesday, I would recommend checking out Maisie Peters.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm just muting you. Nah, you're muted. That's enough. The request failed. The remote user did not recognize you as the director. Wait, what?
Oh, snap.
What? What is this?
You can't shut down Maisie. She lives.
I can only disconnect you, which I'm not that. Although I could just. Oh wow, this is insane. How have you done this? Never mind. Thank you.
Why don't you just disconnect him? Though I think it's fine.
It's too harsh. Thank you so much.
Don't recognize his authority.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Stay safe, stay well. We will see you all again next time. Until then, farewell. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Yeah.
Mwah.